pay Woma, Waka, and free a few new crowd also my shame, so back of former. And you may hear Bekwai and other strong shouts. Say to me, Rebecca, only the any answer be our way or pay, Rafa Domian, Radipua, a waffle in so. And in a near many aqua, it was sit down by ye. Yet I was saying, so I can't Mosa, we used to Christ to be. Amen.
I say, I have said now, about the unwatching be about free. I see you away. But your family, Abigail Lamar, if you require me to see some planning. Oh,
environmental safeguard officer, Bekwai municipal.
My 50 minutes I say, planning, Bekwai municipal.
Joseph Mills, planning officer, Bekwai municipal.
Reverend Jidu, Bekwai Agric.
Juliana Jimai, Agric.
Harriet and Robert, Bekwai municipal gender.
Could you utter in town PC?
Edemagbe, PDA Kumasi.
Hi, Clement Sefania, PDA.
Andrew Zania, PDA.
Joy Dudu, Coconect and Operations Manager.
Coconect.
Good morning, my name is Fred Kukubo from Nestle.
Opompoku, Kwaneya, PDA.
Elizabeth Oseitu, Adansia Sapa, Department of Agri.
John Kagufempo from Secretary.
I'm a private minister from Desert.
Charles Obimbo, Adal South, this assembly, Department of Social Affairs, Committee District Director.
Alexander from PDA.
Suk Martin, Field Supervisor, Coconect.
Start with the emails. You are my welcoming address. It's a moment.
Therefore, me woman about the pay. Any kind. Me municipal chief executive was say, million and some said, one to my making program, a buyer, but for about one to our. And then another she said, it is a very idea. And so, I buy now. There were buyers as you are. I'm not for the person who do free and say. And they are more fast. On all MC, only when you farm call. Professor Chairport is a semi. 1 year, not in some end of about a buying up the job I don't buy. Consider they do it and serve. Say, well, to Yama come. The answer, what I achieve. That's in the real, and then my and back at Siena, about assembly, any day she was. The day baby, one day, the pipe on the big cabbage. And then, you day, yet there was assembly. I say, empowerment. Female empowerment. You know, myself, one more good. The pipe bear, the more so much is right. And the special one, you tell me also, it's coming here, take more. Especially Oku says, you know, John one. So we don't know you can end. You know what your mama was saying about how our die. And we bound one go school, almost nothing. Indeed, PD anybody for by our castle. What would you maybe walk? You put them out. Ah, my shall said that. Hey, I never say more yet, so you more until one day. I feel the airport. The airport, I know, every call with that for the castle, every conquer. I am more. Now, what we are saying with that one. And I said, when your mother move your madam, move up. And yet, you have a catch in a quite pay, you have a bomb line, go to back sustainability. A quite pay, you have said, your mobile, your money yet, that should be that 91, oh, mobile, or money. Oh, yeah, they were. And I put the number of the bus on baby. There you go. This one, yes, only. It is beginning assembly and the MC, the quite municipal assembly now. I am for me, but for boy now. Like, yeah, Mamma, Quaba. near the PDA and then the partners out of everybody. And the other say that they so you. They say most of money my
You be friend Mr. Clement, say from being you know about train, the India, the other, and then much fancy position.
Yo, Madam Gloria, and I don't be as what said, Martin Breakfast. But I guess you have a teacher. Said Mr. Bill, so we can carry. You know, yet Edwin who said, and who didn't say, a best store, and man and man, who could be for asking. Now, Mr. Cassam, and rap, who, Ekman, a bread at chum, a kinyaki, so that almost no cuckoo, between the sky and the iron name. As I was passing, said, a yes, come one, and they are then here. A man and man view film, and then almost moon, and baby, you know, yea, Africa man. A man family for Capra, a saint, and I'm a France crowd who could be a drummer, a friend, you know, to sell so a coffee. In the program, when you pay. Now, Mr. Cassam, actually, now so a man and man to be feed and then the rooms of Aki. 80 Yasset Medina, Samusica, Yasas, Sumin. Now, and then a bishop said, he be Dimo Boo. Now, I say, yes, I said, the same. And then Aki, and then we, but I see any society yet, see a Mr. Cassam. See a fake Tambia, see a Sika, I walk or Amadunia, there, and Adam Saint and Marco. It is over my eyes, the Brinae, VSLA, Kuna, Actimo, and Money. And John Yapon, you free community school. The Brina say district assembly officials. If you say, so if you go 19, I actually, Gloria, I bet you send any man. If you go 19, I and we'll bear local assembly there 5 or 4, right? 80, so Bekwai, if you do a Bekwai former dating as well as Nama, you need a sofa. If you are that sofa, if you are a dance, and I'm saying that if you Jacobu area, I want to be so many but to me by Amasa. And you know, the way there is your I said, Oma, your person, you might be like a Sakasa or Mutats and Asatram. And now, Obia, if I said, everybody has said, or then I'm a battle, assembly for the boy. I can't give Emma and for so far by the one, so that's because the major one, I foresee a moon now with nobody TV. And the America say, Echo year, and then the bit me I am on my I'm going to and as a farm, and then the bit me as soon, and there I am on a call. He said, yes, I put them to me at TV. As a that year, Burns, as a little person almost soon covered for frat, and then the bit me I am on I. Na abua omanufu ite no nti na ya bihia se ye be kire mo ne yemu ne yate ne ye fese ku yi ne ku yi na mo so be kire mo adwen ese o okay se na mo kan ade we e bi aka we ni se ya ke ana se we na ye ba dum ko so ye den enye enti sa ku na ye mu na ene ye se mu enti na se mesan akwa so akwa na ma se Master said, the bank that we are fanatical. If say, Passa Bessa, the other chairman, the Yabu Niat, the Munim, Becca on that face, that you know, ever thought. Even though PDA and I am passing a bear to a deal with, and Coconect, as I asked him, and yet, in Castle of my brace, can we see a message? And your man thinks to be a man, VSLA, send a bear, or we share with you now to be a coso. So almost so many bit me at the home. The cocoa be as well. Now, home you can't buy Nestlecocoaplan. Yes, I will no chocolate no man of to do. Almost penny back on the text Mr. Fred. Nestlecocoaplan. And I Coconect. All the big guys here, Maryland. Every week I say, oh, Nestle force or when you are going to put me and you don't come back on class and almost go free to work for her. I know me to my own Nestle and Coconect for it, my firm who met and tempted to minimum or more and profit over her. No class and I'm not to say, I say, the practice of other local assemblies also as international say, I can't put tired idea to see this way. They have no more so as now. They need to be associate.
Clement time, almost saw us or you are much. You bet you almost one of the cafe or in my old 20. It's a better chance after Fred. No, I become be a fitness
every time we need a friend, the second thing we need a friend before. Now, many Nestle for now, a Juma. Now, Roman and Van Nestle Coco, which were here. In a way, he was a better one. Your partnerships here, you walk over and I say, programs here, like I said, you may be consistent and say, now. Nestlecocoaplan started here and it's almost about 10 years now. By course of this year, it will be the 10th year. In the year, the name of the next 10 years of Nestlecocoaplan, and that would be even much bigger than what we are seeing here. So, if you're Nestlecocoaplan now, it's focused on 3 key pillars. You kind of say better farms, better cocoa, better lives. And for the third one, I have better lives now. The better lives is looking at economic empowerment or livelihood improvement for cocoa farmers or farmers in general. Now, some of our livelihood improvement strategies now, it be any the VSLA GALS interventions any Coconect, any PD for a carbon say, yet every own what him say. Now, some because me want to talk far, some you say that you've gone through the process for some couple of months now. I'm saying in grassing maybe it's one year assembly report my thing just say maybe 1 year ago. But the bottom line is that you can say as much as Nestle for your cocoa if you are for Nestle will go a friend creating shared value. Now, me kind of bottom class and I just say I'm pet 7 in see, I took a cone if you in China. If I see who say at the end of the day, yeah, really bit me, everything me up wow, okay, now, wait me, your cocoa, and send you said, not a fatter. It's a creating shared value, it being in some of the interventions we are there. It took away a communities can be more one man, who say, ABR, and soon you are near to ball. If any ABR said your Mudian and Yamuso and Sedan Kama, your special nutrition project goes one. And also the butter, your cocoa, no, your tono, your free communities on. And we so one of the activities are, say, yeah, a bit more if you are for. Now, the American United said, Yamamo Unio, indeed, reporter and Sakan information and Sakan social say, Mabu Juma, teach you more Kakun. The last time I ever failed, I think that was about 2 weeks ago. Yes, that the Penny by the Penny I would say Global Nestlecocoaplan or Switzerland, and the neighbor project we so. I'm so community can you acquire Clement? It's exactly. Okohon here person and Chevy, so there was a German MP, member of parliament, also by Ghana, and I contacted Nestle for say, or say, or Ghana. I brought them again to PDA, VSLA groups. And I mean, the feedback has been very good and fantastic. You know, I just want to say a very big thank you on behalf of Nestle, and also encourage all the leadership, lead farmers, community facilitators, so we should keep up the good work. The point is that if the VSLA groups are well formed and strengthened now, we see it as an opportunity to do many more things. So, say any other intervention here, you say, okay, we have an already organized groups here, so there's no need to go and reinvent the wheel. Let's focus on the groups and let's work through them. It's, you know, it's just a gateway to many more opportunities for all of us. And once again, thank you very much. Nestle for and Nestle, you have the bigger picture by way of the presentation and the videos that we'll see. Now, we are Nestle on the member before so as what now she said, you have to not wait, say, yes, Nefanta. Yeah, that was it.
Chocolate and now, Pacho, send me a see a more boy. You bet you have one of the brony, see, if you met your ass, met Thomas, is a metal class one. So, Maryland, please let's give it up for one.
Good morning. Sorry, Gloria. She will translate for me. My tree is very poor.
The tree was there. The tree is that way, yes.
Very poor. 80 cents? Okay.
And one wants to make up your festival.
Okay, so my name is Marjolein, or Nanaya, it's a bit easier. I work for Coconect. It's on the far left. We have so many partners here. So I'll briefly explain what Coconect is and why I am here and why we are also on the list of the partners.
Okay. It's also a friend now with me a friend of Obama and I am. We are offering Coconect. And I think there's a more local and on train. So let's try into Obama and in your mind.
Okay, so we are a cocoa trading company. What that means is that we essentially form a partnership with companies on the ground, such as cocoa merchants, and then clients on the other hand, such as Nestle, so that we all work together to implement programs to improve sustainable livelihoods of farmers. So we've been working in Ghana since 2015 in a partnership with cocoa merchants, and we right now work in 12 cocoa growing districts in Ghana. And with cocoa merchants, we have over 7,000 cocoa farmers. And what we do is the main of our programs for Nestle are in Nestlecocoaplan and Bekwai.
Okay, into almost started 80 May since 2015. Normally, it can afford over 7,000, and I am but almost. District of Mutano, we had Mapayas, telling Bekwai, maybe a VSLA, and the whole part of Mutano.
Great. So we work with our partners or our brothers, cocoa merchants on the ground, and what they do is they have all of the networks. I see so many faces here from Konial, the PCs who buy the cocoa, and who then also gather all the farmers around.
Okay. So, I'm only cocoa merchants, and cocoa ni free prayer for no was our connections in the free prayer for so money no all can say well for baby or have from Korea or Tina or any Bekwai baby.
And one thing that we've learned through this partnership is that you don't ever do anything alone. So you work with everyone on the ground. So that's why we are so happy that we work also together with PDA, who also is very much in the room and helping me sell this message to you as well, to implement this program on the ground, as well as the district assembly. And we are very happy that we can all work together on the ground to achieve the impact that we want to achieve.
Okay, you heard that right? No purchasing on money cocoa merchants muna age month. They're trying to say, "Omo want me near you man and into no pet in Juma to say PDA Coconect and almost no my I Juma money a bit to me a co farmers and a bit to me communities so more only Juma.
So the last thing I wanted to say is that we are all working towards is two things essentially. So it's making sure that farmers have a way to sustain their livelihoods throughout the season, not just during the cocoa growing season.
Okay. Especially cocoa farmers. So brand new year. And yet a bra cocoa na bank but cocoa no so far. Now cocoa ton still
and the second thing is where the gender component I think comes in, that household decision making is done in an inclusive way. So those for me are the two main important things of this program, and I'm very excited to work more.
Okay. It's the to me so ni e mema ne ma kita dia e dia kasa VSLA. Se na be ya ye ko ye fie mu a dwuma dia na se adwenkwa yetimi si obi a betimi aye den asibiton de eno pa na ho ye de ehia no entia omo ani PDA yesa.
As a last thing, I really want to thank the District Assembly for also really being here and being so involved and committed in the program. I saw the program that you drafted also. Thank you very much also for that. So I really want to say a special thank you to the District Assembly in that sense.
It's also District Assembly will program online and what we are here for many Jamaica, but I must be brave. I want more was fine. My boy much to be so I pass for fair.
And the last thing is a PDA, of course.
Oh, okay, it's for PDA, so any Coconect or the massive.
Okay, thank you very much. And of course to Nestle, but I've already mentioned.
Yeah, any Nestle gun. So what the massive fan. Okay, it's actually a message back where free Coconect and for your part of George.
For the Jeffrey Coconect Managing Director in the Mama. Now, the Masis said, what you must say, but you will pass Coconect, Tama by Mark, I said, individuals between a tea company, no, yet, 1998. It's year Jumana, the year 2006. I buy the car said, you go call the Cobrucha, I am a brofuna etono. And the complaints about saying no be good so I and yet in the end I fit 2020 now see a cocoa beer record which a Timmy who said a kwame and I could do any beer as I could. I must say in Susan so be one and ya yet near Banani Yafono Abidin Church. It did not be here said I see a shot as identity ever man you clear for me. It yes shall see no a D a Wosika Semu. No one ever share a Coconect, no more so, or more programs, or more young person who call beer or Mubeton, or Mukumba beer free into your money ever can boom. Now, ya said you Medino. Or mobile one or more less before so by so. You took a cold crowd, only dear chocolate. In this almost become more, I remember you, Medino, Akoye, Tiansu, Dioma, wow, went to. And there are people who are Abuma Drenin Tiasia. A shassiano, Asante Bekwai, a bia, a shassia, Edikai, and I didn't support and so a becam. You see, I could jasso and economo. I Coconect for ya and a day, you know more enough. Yes, sir, traceability, our mayor be Nancy Sansoya when he said, Baby, yes, said Mediano, Afibia, or Coco, this one, a cosso. It is we have factored a Asante Bekwai. The year 2016-2017, cocoa a near free home. A free hand, 23,635. Yeba, the year 2017-2018, Yenya cocoa 24,700. Sesia Yakasayento cocoa Yusu, Asante Bekwai, cocoa Yenya 35,550. Which I said, Sanchi say as a Coconect funny Nestle for me, dear boy. A Criafona so ye, now would he did Juma, Emma Cocoa so in Punto, a bell. Your fans Socotel, woka Nsokote mmienu ni Nsokote yɛ district mmienu na ɛwɔ hɔ yɛ A and B ɛyɛ 2016-2017 ɔhɔ nkɔ yɛ nya cocoa ɛyɛ 18,000 bags. The year 2017-2018 so yɛ nya cocoa 22,000 bags. Sisi a yɛ kasa yi woka ɔmo mmienu bɔ mu a nso a yɛ nya 31,000 bags. To ɛkyɛ sɛ mpuntuo ɛɛba ɛwɔ kuku. Yàrá mi kasa mɛ ní adi wɔ ha ni sɛ ɛyɛ kuyafo edu baabi a ɔmo si o cocoa no kɔ no na ehia aba mu. Nti sɛ yɛn nyɛ eku a ɔmo so bɛkyerɛkyerɛ kuyafoɔ na wasɔ osika ne ba no fɛ bi tu baabi na mɛ edu tam a wohia aduro wei a wɔnyɛ sika akɔ akɔtɔ esi ama mako ma atɔ bi yɛm paa bisɛ fɛ sɛ duro mmiri bi a ne akrakyefoɔ na abɔ yɛ ka wokaka wɔ so wɔn na mi kuya ni wei ba na ne ho akyerɛ no na ɔbɛdi ebusia nti na mɛnti afa nto cocoa na afa ama na akɔyɛ ka bebree di ama yɛ na ne yɛn nyɛ eku a ɔmo aka ɔmo ho abɔ mu a sika ne ba a ɔmo de bi bɛtu baabi. The good time I want to about said the penny for kind. I want him to the job already. And the night so the Beer, a bear, Coco, Nasu, so no when you be and they are two or watching. Yes, you bear. And I'll pay Yanimara and Nestle for alcohol. The private beer is said, you want to say more for her. Coco, why unless you are your phone as you two are good. Besides this reminder, the Coco when in our swap, waiting at all. Also, man, just if you are falling in our bread. But to go chance I ready say cocoa be a mobile produce be a better. And here is assembly. The Damascepa Semosu. The best say baby I yes our program. Most communities near to 2 and I know what share near baby a program so the air cost. Because here Jama baby less than Coconect for the cocoa merchant one other communities in so no me the na a coffee. Yɛn nyinaa nim cocoa sɛ deɛ ti da bi amasa ma meka ne sɛ cocoa emu nɛ emu kyina kɔsɛ emu ne ne yɛdua mene obi yɛ bɛwu akɔ yɛbɛ tam atɛtɛ kwahye de cocoa bae sɛ cocoa da so wɔ mfasoɔ ɛwɔ ɛyɛ fapem ma Ghana deɛ a na neɛ na assembly mu aba mu yi deɛ mɛsrɛ mo sɛ moma ɛnhwete ɛntae wɔ Bekwai mpɔtam ha nyinaa na ɛnyɛ no mpo na ma other districts sɛ yɛdua cocoa na ɔmo mmra no ɔmo mesua biribi mfiri Bekwai ha na ɔmo mfa nkɔ amechire bi se Ghana cocoa tu mpon a omaka so de ekosua Bekwai no ena ama cocoa dwuma no atimi atu mpon eye akuafo ni minua no amoso aka bo ene akua dwuma no enye bete se mema nko first na bema kwa no ndu prasika ene mba de bi si omafuo mu a bebusa se ti oba pa na eye dwuma se ye ma me da mase ni ebe se ye nua no nketewa na eba ene yesu ya ni akotena kuro na phone in the tari aso ye pese ye be fire wo sebe aban adwuma ansa na ye adwuma enso se cocoa ye fa de se business a ye be tue tua ye hoka more than the aban afa de so onye adwuma office because o konya kuani o cocoa be se 20 acres that's what fa to say business a afi ni be so ni sika o no otimi ade hye bu akwam so eno ana me di tua me hoka eno ana me di tua me electricity bi me di we na dos but sa nyama ni bu akwam a sabe sika no onye ni so wa ya afi ade nti abasa mmiri a me nsa me mu me de afi bi bebeba ye di hye be gu o mu di hye be gu akwam ama kokko adwuma atu ama ye asetena no atu mpom me gina kokko merchant adan ni ada Coconect ase ada Nestlecocoaplan ase na this assembly so the teacher ena ma na mo so ela wasi bibi e bibi a mo beto South Africa kokko merchant say yemra yeme bo say no di e ma ntu ko bia ya ye me ye deba ela wasi bibi
one e da se kwa it's baby I juicy meba try the entire ba ha say the ye e wo feel nye cocoa for ni omo ye dwumede ni omo ye edi betre baby a sha say free here baby a here ko any baby a e be kwa ko me pese sabre me nya maso kaka chese okay this project is called the integrated VSLA GALS project to say the first now integrated no just say yakabo so there's VSLA and there's GALS into VSLA no and no ebi mo ye bi dada but ye the GALS ni a gender action learning system and no ye a man and mema ho kitakudie how am bisi fair to inform decisions am be making no it's not just based on Obama Parliament me I say God has say I know my right, but I just say I know you're right. But you try almost say oh wait me I tell me they are boom and they put it. And it's our project way. Yeah, bois ama akuafo mo do cocoa no matimi asie sika no mo bra mu so matimi ai den aboni yie se be ya o mo fie ene o mo daache no mbenya daache papa se de o mo kan ye nya ye ni se cocoa fo edru cocoa e bra o sika pa bas cocoa ni kwa na fa da se nya kakra ba bas a project we ye se ye bo no mo sie sika ye ni so mo sie sika da de but ye ye de ye bo o no se ne be o mo ye de omo betimi SCSika na sa project we ye fa approach bebre community driven approach nti to say ni aye kan ni say ye jambo mama ye bebo am de ne so wa na oba ye de omo ba ye ti ye ba ye tro kwan abefa so aye ye wi aya ko ye chi ye ja wo say ye de ye ne ye hwe wantimi anya na ye de ya tro wo kwan abefa so aye bi participatory action learning ni na ka mo be ye ye to me I am project we PDA participatory development associate na implementation na coffee any phone coding komo e chom so munye say but ya te ase na mo so ya tene Coconect Nestlecocoaplan any omo be the kan kasa omo de omo do sem ye e ba e di kan kasa project we 2 districts in Sokotane Bekwai the year was a content any Bekwai or Ashanti region. The way you can say, the gender action and learning system account is about gender. It's I think some gender expert beauty. Maybe I want to make sure we question baby every side. And to say the main objective of this project. You say about boa a peer for no matter me. SCSika. We are na. Bosia kakra obegye no se busia bi wa kọja ya se kofa electricity bill bra kofa we bra se be ya ebe ye toten ama enti ene wo pocket wan mu hia bosia ye hia so be wo ko ni mu hia bosia no aye no waje akọ se be ya no so be bo awo oni wa busia ene omo be wo ni na na o da sit dem ena se de ye kan gender na ye aka ko obetimi am se o ye oba de eso bi enye oba de nyo kwa no so sie sika wo oba so sie sika be de ebe boa nti ni nyina mu ye pese ye de ye boa enti VSLA we started in July me ya de metimi nya 19 VSLA groups in 14 clustered communities ye heard Bekwai ayo aboatia ebunu so jesi ko mu nya na Nestlecocoaplan Kobe Kunsimwa it's groups in our district communities in our 2 groups like Auna there were Auna A and B there were A and there were group B the co year so I will A and I order group B it's a whole any to me here it's me yes groups there were 19 VSLA groups and Omwa yet me I can't call no 481 and Mema 240 and I admire 241. Oh, group meaning. Yeah, groups no be answered. 19 groups. You were Yami Omuko, your Sikasem, your new Bray. I can see groups no 19 all the 19 groups no more or more. Groups here why and more as share or more around so said them can communities for by any ever cut the also more share most in them more the much read them person way to one and more like some community and I'm training on what to do. You was never for now I say and I thought a bit you have 2 cities, a bit you have 4 cities, a bit you have 5 cities, a bit crowd you have 10 cities. Now Susu no you want to star until you star 5 into 2 back na 5 cities you bet market you bet stamp it o took 5 now na 5 cities and 25 cities but I tell you this is all 10 cities o to 1 and 10 cities put me to 5 in here say 50 cities e be more say 50 to 50 cities a week e piafo put me to 50 cities a week it's way here and only a single share value it will to back here it is and now 4 cities put me to be brand there then with this single share value, your friend in loan fund, and you need to know where they are to buy our back. We say from the social fund. Social fund, they know the group need now, be out to loan fund, and so was Ghana over to. And no, me 70 CS Kadiamet, but social fund who was going this Uber meeting, one meeting or so. Social fund, 56. Apart from social fund, 50%, sorry. Apart from social fund, say, you have meeting no be a boom rash, a sergeant to be there 20%, maybe there 30%. Sassicain, a couple is a farm. Into another groups into India once a week. Yet to say that the car said, yeah, constitution and guiding, or more than a dick, and America said, okay, yeah, then your home, maybe I require the beer and a pack on Siam. To require the beer, Papa don't say, so we are, Obama, Sapa, won't do me a one, but you are fine. Into answer fine, and the car fund, let us say, maybe I all Cassava who will do anymore, or chairman to Cathos or Cassava for 20%. I need any I what a pony, and running to so ya charm a poor money in a beer on the ground. It's all by say, Kawamra, was it Miapo, who had a beer, she had no see, no one's worker. It's only, I can say, it's so fun to be with the group in Tiapo and you don't actually do now. The Bemunia on my head. The ability cost, and those who do and shall Basa, and need never be opposite. Yeah, man group the maximum of 30 to groups as a par, or Madame 30. It's all she has no much pass a composer, to the next 50 years. The young one would do, and one number here. It's a full number there, why they work, but they are catch on the cell, oats, and I should go to her, in your tour. It's who they only want to be 12 kind of to about this old. A care master that seems to be fast with the average to about himself, Fifi. And then about our Fifi, we are doing 2 and now, not us, but on the same one, it's groups, so that's how they meet in their various. Okay, it's said that Bekwai said there was social fund and a well known fund. Social fund, they will be a groups know the what. And my be a groups now decide from the level. But long family are moved to somewhere over to Sana, what you mean in them. It's way group savings for Bekwai. Group normal savings for 25 weeks. 25 weeks. 25 weeks has approximately 6 months and 1 week. It's a share Bekwai and maintain a call or more. Social fund has 50%. It coming in a way a group meeting and will be a coming in a woman. Bekwai go away at 2,348,000 councillors. Now you call over that's Susu now. It can groups Bekwai, at my member waiting to Bekwai, there were 9 groups. 9 groups into the room to have the end of the secretary or 10 groups. You call over that's Susu now, why you music cartoon. They have 49,517 Ghana cedis. That's just for the fight. And I'm supposed to get 25 weeks.
How many months are more?
And today, I also be on 1 cedi, 2 cedis, no more to the next go, but 25 weeks per still a million will be back. 49,517. The outcomes of potential, but no more share of 10 cedis. And to put up and then, you move a big yammy. Yeah, boy, and some months of water for. Your chance of what to. The water for more for mobile. Okay, but I'm since I got some good yesterday. I had 10. Almost social fund in 2,931. Almost loan fund. I had 1,007. 189.50. 107,189.50 pesos. I want 1 million. I'm not going to crash. But you have anything I say, I have to say, kids will be into a walk around for just 25 weeks. The musical woman. In this group, a say a gender action and learning system, say they kind. And only a money member who gets up with the idea in real. They can't training a money for 38. 38 they have two people from each group in their 38 organization. Workshop Emma and more Bekwai and supported. Then we taught them what to do with respect to the gender and gender action and learning system. And a man to control what they are like, what to do. So set a target. Say we are by next year we talk hard. I'm going to first one me toss our car. It's your show cancel. Also yesterday. And you cancel. Udi near my baby. Also to trap near my so. Now to work as a bush. And then there man one work as a bush. Or bounce for fire for be brought. Sunday morning and you walk more money and show. Because I open to Susua, not to me do sick and now we never been better. I'll see a show of fire over society. I still sick up. So they are going to about there be but this GALS champions, the 38 GALS champions, when you're training almost to say that I can't first say, yeah, one near the approach near my mama. Yeah, more, so better training, or more as a more GALS facilitation. Or shall pray out here or no net today. You're not on it today, but you're winning. Or no facilitation, by the court. Or I go into the field officers in your part, yeah, you will be on their culture or more training. Or no, your mammy, papa, penny for, or much enough first, not to be Casabre, but so to meet enough when you reach your money or money, or more data assist. And also, the GALS training area. It's sending air time. Yeah, back to yeah, back loan disbursement, say, or Jimbosia. It's yes, here or 19 groups. Out of the 18 groups, the Timmy Ama was here. Say, I was here, Portugal groups. Good people are some of them Cabosia, on some of them told us to this high, do a mother Jones. And all the city that my kind first, yet to me, Sham kept saying, said, Chincha bed, Medica. That's a one decision, some of bed, medicine. Now, and some of it magic was young. Was an average, said, Maximia to 100 Ghana, meets me at the Bosia of 300 Ghana, that's 3 times of more amount I was saying. But I tell you, now what you was young, 12 weeks and 3 months after the wedding, with the baby. Now, Bosia, says here for Bangladesh, Bosia, I did interest as and group the months of a page, but so much interest, a perfume was an hour by general. And groups leveraging interest of 5%, using interest of 10%, and no a group now decision. It's we a group member now by the boss, and I would say, oh, who say I'm making who has 10% meaning the mailing, the package. It's a Konya no so yet. Now, everything and they are like I say, a man 95 and a man 92 now, I just was here, every group. All the groups now, the 16 groups. I just was here on the year, a bit bomb school fees, a bit of cotton sassy, a bit of cotton or dance. Just say, reasons very rare, provided I bet you, Sa was saying, the campus. And see, to say that make them, yeah, you will feel, yeah, you will feel. I think, say, Fred or Free next week, or Coconect or kind. Yeah, you will have on somewhere, there was some best Ryan Kaka, more best Ryan who will do it. I think so. I think I have your visitors free approach. Almost best share near groups no way. To say the make a almost best name group need to how almost group members or more only young men on purpose. So they came on, I think, about 20th March 2028 at Etia and you come here because any young one, the young performer must say, so say, I'm coming out pie. Yeah, now, to Monsieur, and that's right. It's actually a point, you know. Yeah, as field officers, and then I can say, the same good still on that's why they help to school. It is what the swap, so I did now, your own day, swap, yeah, shop, you find somewhere. also na two. Now, wow, Unyanji Susunibi, that means I would also seek out. Unyanji was young. I'm so sick out because we don't Unyanji was just 25 years. I'm saying, I had a GALS champions, so I had GALS training at the group level. It's here, she said, every July, now, Obi also just be LG was here and to a chapter because the emblem. So, I'm over chess canal where a pilot stage. It's here, I'll see and the night side at once. I'm over chess canal, also, I'm trained for so many years. And the Andrew was so many years. Obi was here. So, the bear won't the camera or meant to be a change and tell me in July. So, was here in July, but you bet, yes, share out in October to October. That's a winner 2,020 million dollars. What they not when you're way out, no idea. That's why they can't. It's your back sustainability. Say, seems that way. Say, Cocoa merchant was the mechanic. Or say, a bear paying the air tray because you say at Jumedie, a one coffee, a warm pair of work. Never say, and you're careful component, a bit of a poor on your poor. And that's how on double so still are made only a warm to your one pie. Say, if it's me, increase it to 200 groups. Saturday, meeting 19, I was supported and the Bekwai. But the same man for another district or capital, any other district. But here they come with us here to 200 groups for communities. Here, tell me, it's me a war. It's not just these 19 groups in Ghana say ever benefited. But 200 here, one thing, say, but if it's me 200 groups. We have to work for us. I will see a mobile baby is Kaka. I want to be channel to you. Say, your family. And no, you're ready. It's because I you. Kakaya coffee on the set. And you have one who for. We are very time conscious. Although upon new full. It is a cast 6 o'clock or process because on 6 days, 7 years, no mind and come every. Or but actually good to know in a second. They are very time conscious. Although you say, oh, they are for the phone camera, but I mean, almost all the time I also on it. And they share your Maya now, it's a constitution now. Say, over Africa, and say, Obama, Bema, but gender never a church of me. Obia, I didn't share with you. Yes, all your bands. Say, and we are there. You said first the mechanic, or better, I started not to be but you say you're too sorry, and oh, a good way up, say, it's a new idea, and then of course, and from all your woman in Pan, you won't correct, or my power to send me on some night, and careful. But still, a boy, they know, because they are poor, or say, so more this on way, now, see, I can say, it's said it, and then you do me a first of where you get to until calling Obia and I am. It's me a short and now a good member being a friend, Mr. Ponce, a meeting Amariana, because participation is very high. I can't have and I am you aware that we don't know. Like I said, this integrated VSLA GALS project, I bet they are also and crab, and I said, near my cacao, any attitude. It's a better master. Oh, maybe.
My idea, one move what money now, my idea, you say. And Pimpy and I come the video come say, season each one, as they say, they share testimonies near the idea, it's my idea. But they have a meeting be any kind. Now, baby, I want to see can you go on a come wasp. Can I present you, baby? I go through. And a secondly, so when a cool minimum or is with cooperatives and because you are saying, we will not talk about what farmers group now. A year not so. register. On your constitution, why you say because meeting when I go send a cooperatives were. Madly Moody, go send for Haiti and so yeah, she say yeah, because I say I will be some work groups. But one of their criteria is saying I also we registered farmer group. And also a year maybe someone yeah. I said a plan or idea, any other cooperative or able to run almost nice and Damas.
Yes, Ono said what you said. No, that's why we are having this conversation because we won't say if the groups go into and assembly register them and everything, then everybody knows what is happening. Until if somebody comes, you can actually say yes. When you come to Bekwai, group way, they are all here registered. If Department of Cooperatives want to support the groups, help them to grow to become cooperatives, for us we are happy because that is what we want so that these groups become only a very functional. Then you can actually work with them better so that you can support them, empower them, let the group grow and grow even with or without us. It should grow, so we are happy. Uka about I think I don't know whether Clement the safety, yeah, I think Clement would talk about that.
Okay, I mean I think I don't know. Adam could have the kind that made me answer about me, Castle and I'm on team. Me one yes, cannot I take some box. I dare in high. Now, never be back home in Wintina. I said box on the primary the primary chest for the money. If you said one, a pier phone. Almost person rooms cannot to now, I had the third men's school name DKF to be a discanaco baby. We were discanaco baby, or one right? Even though you know, sales is canning. I even ask a person who did be yes, so of your constitution normally loan there and so because they have the betting or betting loan. And so communities in the real are over to keep you scanner or money loan, let's scanner even be initial. As I hire. That's the about I say, come contribute to pay all money loan finance support of our ground and no manasa. And the assassin and Coconect and Cocoa merchant, and then Nestlecocoaplan, aiding Tangose and contributions Nakasana Mutia in Castle. Say, let me have a Combiswai and to say mobile money be, and I saw mobile, Omutus Cano, Nanso, Omega Combisudiato, wallet beam, Scano and no fee. Then on the 8th, they also cost and you for no normal test, a Yomoa Oma Niki, but you have a song that for Combisua seem to be safer. Every young group. You could also let technical companies bidding for. Senior sa solution, no, second I have electronic wallet. Now, if you have a phone, Casano, Tiasia, they are now because the person of my say, oh, yeah, but that our mamma must say, Puscan, about a dear baby, a almost into that may also say blue. The next cycle, the next year now, on benches can ask for us and again. Now, you will send a fire faso.
So, any GDA or one can send shame with the no to so many groups. A bit me about says a mere man, Jibusian. Say a chair, one with Jibusian interest now, and make us a faso by now. You'd be becoming the one. The other was will be where I said, yes, he can't reach it. You need a happy benign long. Group near bet made decide, said the city and with the idiot. Never got to buy Sibiana, and no more allow that.
Soon be free, but in India was here. I finished a child. Yeah, made you was an amazing catching, your wife was here. Would you catch her say, was here, I know. Oh, dear, in any family, we didn't get 1 million. It's about 1 million. Now, made you was here, yet the money and 3 million. Into Nippon Musica, a canon of video. Into the main was now prana, Musica ever. mienu na ɛwɔ hɔ no ne ɛde ama wo nti no sɛ mangye bosia no kyerɛ sɛ misika no ɛbɛkɔ so yɛ kya share value de ɛyɛ pɛ gye sɛ ne wato kɛseɛ paa no wo sika ne ɛbɛdɔɔso na ɛnyɛ wo a wɔgye bosia anaasɛ wo a wɔagye bosia wotumi to nsoma no kɔ anim no ɔno mu sika ne ɛbɛdɔɔso paa ɔhɔ ayɛ kɔ nyantasɛ
na ɛka sɛ mfasoɔ ɛtwadi a ɔgye bosia no sɛ 5% anaasɛ 10% no mfasoɔ no bɛsɛ bɛka me ama
ɔna mekyerɛ sɛ bosia no a wɔwɔgye no ɛyɛ nipa mmienu sika ne yɛde aka wo de amama wo yɛsɛ woto susuru 1 million a woagye bosia kɛse a ɛyɛ 3 million nti 3 million no sɛ wode 3 million a ɛnyɛ nkɔn sika nipa mmienu deɛ ka ho nti me ama gye bosia no sika ka ho bi ne yɛde ma na ɔgye bosia no ɔno dagye afei so afei no so ne yɛgye sika no a yɛfrɛ biribi single share value yɛka sɛ single share value a sɛ ne yɛto susu no 5 cedis a yɛyɛ calculation yi a single share value ɛnkɔnkɔgyina 5 cedis bi ɛbɛkɔgyina bi a bɛyɛ 6 cedis nti 6 cedis no ɔne yɛ the single share value no nti sɛ meto susu no 2 million a 2 million times 6 cedis meto susu no bi a 1 million 1 million times 6 cedis meto susu no bi a 4 million times 6 cedis nti susu na wo to kɔ kɛse no mum na wo sika no ɛbɛdɔɔso yɛka inema mmienu wɔ ha susu mmienu yɛka social fund ne yɛka loan fund no deɛ ɛyɛ untouchable ne deɛ yɛ ankorankora sika ɔno deɛ nipa no bɛtumi agyae at any time ɔba bɛgye ne sika nti sɛ sika no deɛ yɛntakye afe no so yɛ na sɛ sika no wɔ sɛ obie nya ne deɛ pɛpɛpɛpɛpɛpɛ ɛne ne mfa soɔ na mmom social fund no ɔno na yɛsika afe biara so a yɛde yɛ nkutudwuma ɛwɔ ekuo mu nti no ekuo no nyɛ ne bɛdi sɛ okay yɛfɛ hyɛ aduru yɛn sosɔ so sɛ afe no nso na still na social fund sika no ɛsan so wɔ box mu for previous year ne deɛ yɛhwehwɛ sɛ afe biara no mo to susu no ano na mo dwendwen ne afe no so a social fund so de bɛyɛ nti ekuo bi wɔ hɔ no mo social fund afe no nso no no ma yɛ ɔmo adwene sɛ ɔmbɛkɔ ɔtɔ nkonnwa yɛkye sika na ɔmdom social fund akɔtɔ saa nkonnwa no a ekuo no ɔmbɛtena so ebi nso tumi susu sɛ afe no so a yɛn sika no yɛde bɛyɛ t-shirt nti afe no so a na ɔmde ayɛ t-shirt pɛpɛpɛ ba saa sika ne yɛmfa nyɛ party te sɛ nea wɔka yɛmfa ntɔ yɛn mu yɛde yɛ biribi a ɛbɛboa ekuo na ma obiara nya mfasoɔ bɛyɛ dɛ bɛyɛ afiri mu yɛmfa saa sika no ɛnyɛ party bàtàtà sɛ nti ebi tìmi yaa yɛwɔ ekuo ni bɔ hɔ no ɔmo di 5 years ebi wɔ ha ɔmo bɛka mo asɛm a ɔmo ayɛ ama nkonnwa ekuo no yɛ 30 but ɔmo nya nkonnwa bi 100 150 a sɛ ekuo no ɔman ni ɛyɛ biribi a ɔmo nso ɔmo tɛn mu di nkonnwa no ɛkɔ ɔmo yɛ han ɛmɛ de mfasoɔ ɛbrɛ ɔmo ɛmo ɔmo di biribi nti wɔn nyinaa yɛ adeɛ a yɛahyɛ ase ekuo na yɛde ɛfefɛ bɛyɛ yɛbɛma ɔmo hu sɛ ne bɛ ne nyɛ sɛ ɛbɛ ɔmo social fund no ɛbɛyɛ adeɛ de bi ma ekuo no nkuntu no akɔ n'anim.
Social fund, I think they also use it to support in case they be to Chimana. Yes, for one kind of bonus, that kind of thing.
In a social fund, you could be a big crew. Obi be free, no one able to only a big component. Aside that, you pop cry, a put some person by drainage, you could. It is sad, you might be some woman, I might be any kind. And I could also add a ranting. The ranting could be other years, some new minutes. Tom don't some radical wedding night. Oh, I was a Tommy, one almost so much. No one will press a car. On which, according to almost a shafan or motor. To moment say social fund to 50%. It is a baby who are, yes, I said the man 1 million, I said 2 million. You go now, what I said that. Until you pick a credit, I'm supporting.
Me tie ye ni nyina from the morning no bibi kakra ya tia kamu a ha me kakra ye ne se cocoa merchant kura na ebebo am question ni mo because o say ye start ye no by our intervention no cocoa na free akuduru but there are a lot of trainings here ye dey ma farmers on the ground wa ebo ama cocoa production e ko but none of you have made mention of it. It is like I said, just like that. And he won't come in found otherwise, because my committee group members will go near. I am a training, ever Buama Cocono problems here, or I saw one at me. So mention that.
They say we are for this time around Sikano Moniano. Sabe, Obonkaso, October and Scarab and Timidia, may join next October. At the end, they are chief, agree for the end of the year. We cannot run away. And I'll pay a acknowledge, say, you're Condesia or say no more, and she said, no more motive chair or more fast when Nestlecocoaplan. And Kim comes out of Coconect. Openly, Coconect one is here with the other Nasu, so Timuko, so more is actually.
The penny cancer will agree to it. I'm saying, company, almost so a year, agree officers here. Almost by in Cassiano, as we may trade, Yanni, Yelideni, almost company in the park. When we just sooner the other way, the answer. Yes, I agree officer for my phone training, almost next year. It was one wow, almost in the Bekwai and every phone.
Point hour is very important, very critical. Externalities are any part of the project. So yeah, attribution, say, and there may be a key, and then a man and there may be within the ecosystem. Unfortunately, you see a meeting in there, and yet, ecosystem analysis on the air. You discuss VSLA, near if you are there, you will free. When Coconect started or started to and never be free air costume, a bit in Nesru, a bit in Gaya or Yidi. They won't know. So, you know, this kind of banana, you know, this kind of as a was a tremor and Kuyi after moving in and a half. In terms of the program, you know, every day. In the moment the other day, a part of the externalities to the VSLA project. Unfortunately, we are not discussing next one, but it's good you've mentioned it. And thank you for drawing our attention so that when we are making attributions, we can always put it within the context.
I'm saying, you know, now I'm out for the Coco. I must start telling you. Now, it's more the way and the way and the way we are in. Agriculture, you might be because so for the one who now. Agriculture for call, but I'm saying, now you know, they enjoy the money. And the meeting is a movie. I'm my acquaintance, so I'm not going to for them. I send me a moment I share on more. I don't bar. A chill, no, you might not a bed, a bedroom. Indeed, social welfare, a great idea. And the press, Des FM, Boss FM, Angel FM, the invite representative. The everyone says, you win the day, never come home. Is that the day I said, Yen I have conquered. When I'm a baby, but I have a quack also there, a bit more beati and come. Depressed about the rule. So, Coconect near your moye bibia, or Mecca, Chagrek. Peso Bruni, the whole world, a moment of Kunano. Abaconia. You are a great dieta, a great for him. Yene one assembly, I political leadership, you know me, you know more. Abaconia, Akoyeg. Yaboma Basudia, but and share collaboration. It's a message I said, if you in the meeting, say Yamoa coming here, Yamoa. I must say, Bibi Koya, Yankosia to my few Montina, Yaka. Like I said, they be a Yakwa, the face of the project tonight. Yes, you turn through, but you promote two at the end. Honorable Assembly member over a Mujara, the Siasa. One meeting must start here, check a gram. But I'm saying, oh, man, quite so back meeting now. For to them, them say, honorable baby, papa is costing so in motion. I am from this one. Until then, the mummy of flat, and you're beginning. Now you're ready, and you might put to another.
Say, Kenya, the food to a friend and a child. The very young man, Patrick, or Bekwai, but in I fire group, so they are meeting me at Kaya.
Rebecca said,
Said that we can work question beer and beer, watch over Ebisa for now. Yes, I didn't make comment. But your question one. You a question and our contribution.
PD. Any move for Timapi, a farmer first school farmers. Community development, so yeah, farm organization, the boy never wapa. Now, you say, we some almost had to come on, I say, we focus on politics.
I mean, say, already, you know, I never been meaning that person, they can be a gender action and learning systems, and financial management and literacy. And so, Mr. Field Officer, more and some of group formation, nothing. Yes, group piano, even your scientists. Not already, you know, Obanya agents as we probably said, Sika SCC home first. And even the fact of what we are started so more discard on a good step, you know, in the process. Now, your person didn't have to be better to nothing. Commit now, a better. It is here the financial literacy program, and the GALS program also as an account.
I dear Mogun said, you hear mind in the air, I buy your field in. You say, you hear cocoa noir, neton cocoa, and the basic because of the assembly idea. They say, many are moody and cocoa, brown, a year, boss of your bear, even a cocoa, be near the idea in Juma. Cocoa, ya in sooner, Yananom, a tonde, a mangalan safely, so entertainer, a so hey. And now you're caught into down one and no more casa. Emma, Omu and Fasua, said yes, they say, Omu Fasua, a walk of Cornusua, and now previous Nomin Fasua, they say no, Ombebunum Fasua, some moment, any cocoa noa, Ombenia Friswana.
For documentary here from the grassroots, say, borough politicians know where they are Casawa from the grassroots. Until I had say a cut down. I'm said, the ABA also they come home and say, I see a more Fasua in your cocoa. So say, young cotton, your cocoa, no farm will be then ye find the Sika. Now, or China, cocoa in those council, they might DMB, I think in Hunia, Sebi, a San Sabra, now say, can be a year soon, you ever find any baby. It's a call grassroots, a form of maybe of piano. A honor, a chassis, but let the air away here. I'm so good that the young people who say, near Cody. Because I'm used to down, Hopper, we probably comment and we don't move in Flammy. News of Marco, grassy, in grassy program, minimum so Marco. It did not make a chair per easy, say I don't move to my part because we are 90 districts or when your margin is over. It's in grassy in the air.
That is first part basically. But now if you say and you are for the Cuba because of say Bosia Bosican, we will come, maybe will come, if I will come, Major Bosia, Wager Bosia, the same you couldn't away Busiani Babo, Busiano, Edgy Kunafa. It's the first part here, if I say, we are Busiania, not a good also, I bet you, say no, Kakun. Was in a bear, so be Bosia, and quiet a Busia, when it's kind of a good chain. Or no, only one of the measures I need to control Busia. Then it's also you. Nay, Pinasu said, when you Cuba, Obey Busia. You Cuba, ina je bosia because ekuba ina obetim wo de wo ton print ebetim nti se wo ba je bosia ne e wo obidin mu a eku ne de omunim ne wa ba ja koma no nti se ba se eku no ba se ye be che wo kra bo na wo ina be che wo nti ka sa wo de sika na koma SMS a eku ne de omunim sa SMS nti me stress yeko na omo di amanfo ni je bosia ma amanfo no esunsun sanso ho ma ebe sanso akọ ama homo a edu ba bi so ko se watu sika na wa bre ya wa ya de but enam se wa je ko se ama se ma sina on twenti no na eko ne de usika na wato no ebe ti bosia no ntimi ne sa mato 1 million ma je bosia 2 million ya de misusu na mato 1 million be de be ebe ti mi kan bi na fia sabet down 1 million na aka ko ba sa bon se ikunwa wa nya mfaso bia elfumuti ono se na ya hwe bi kaka
na de mi bisa ne se bia ye pese ye tiko ni bi obi akode fiase aba tembia okokọ obi kodem ba ya na ehunu society ni se bia so krono no kobo ya yesuro se obeben ye nipa ne ba ya no o ka na ba ye nche pese o ye adwuma no kobo krono ni ye ka kori hu asem se nipa no ye betimi de na ka ho ni ye de ne ka ho na se koba se ye che positions no si bi o pese o ye boss keeper no sense
ansa na ye be yi obi se o me ye penyimu no ye group members any ba duasa no ye to aba na ye ni ba no pa ye fa so eyi ni ba no so ye be suban ipa ni suban se de osi etie e wo kuru no ene ne nema efiesem ye hwe sa nema ni nyina ma sa ntete ni nyina wie e ma obia mu member na obepe position no ni eso ye ene nema ye hwe free ni ba no tie bo 50 fere ko pe enyi ni ba no se be ye pe mu o ibu na no ansa na obi so ba be kan ebu no so a ni nyina ye hwe ni suban ti sen sa ni ba we ni suban ti sen ye de ne be kan ebu no ho a be ma ku no akoso ana betimi atweku no akọ hawo ansa na ye de sa di ba no nti nipa duasa ni won ye group members no ye na ye ni nipa no ye ni ya ho eji ye ho di ansa na eji ye tun se ye na ye kuma ye obia na ye friend se o me kan do betumi e go book ye ni betumi ye obia ba ye hwe osuba no o ba ye ko no ambo ye ya ye njew
ba se de wakan the nipa no society ni na waba na washa se oye ni bia na bra ma sa ne mu na sa I think say group ni betuma ina ye jida ni tin ne ma ra chin bia ho se uye es committee to make up
for the start from who should be a member and age among us we go home ma o krom ho opeduabo opeduatem open to kwa nti say yi yes like am for na wo say oba ko group na ma for be e hwe mo nti say who should be a member na kasa no eko na gina say no esema si wo dia eko ni anji wo esi wo bebre eko na titini nya impo we are gra bisamati bi ma de ebi wo nipa ba ko mienu bi omusuba enti no omonye omo on e true that who should be a member of the man said you oh be say be kan na be no wo ho ma onye eduma bia fie enso person be twesusu ki pasa no omonye because what you post here nti na be entua you see they should know their economical background say na mo we na enyema omo hwe anse em say yes betima bi ku ni aka e ho ere be abom enti formation ni mu akasa kwa na yebi ene se obi ade ba sa no obi a obi kakra wa ere be o ye obi ye kuani obi kakra wa ye enye se bi obi o tini fie be bi sa o ye no enti who should be a member na akasa no hono ye select that's
bi o ga o ye brinka uko jini ku ma ye se committee a o be ba no a o ba be be step sa se ni pa no jini ku ni ma eyi
we dey kakra bi na mde ka ho se we dey ye nyina ye gitum se enye kromfo nko na enye we ana we obi a mufu se obeka ho a emwa no na past experience na mo dey yi no because ye wo ba bi o no mo a me ne kromfo bi dua emo ma me realize ye no na ma me na o ye leader no wagukuro no emo no kodro eduru mfimfin no ye problem obi aka say ye ko one ne mamfa.
Okay.
Look at this. Finally antewe. Inti enye ex-convict nko obi a wo hwe na one na si dua bonko anu du be shemu a wasade. Ibi ya Sunday mu a ye nyina Yesu ji obi akra na okra ye careful.
So, I said before we started project, you had a target.
Yeah.
Say we want to meet and I reached about 500 farmers and this. I want to know how far have you reached? Now, say duration for this project, is it 2 years, 1 year, is it 3 years, then you move out?
The real target was to have, I think even like 15 VSLA goals at the beginning, but we pushed it to 19. And then in terms of community studies, not proximity, no. Actually, we say communities be many a bit more capable and what communities be so. Therefore, made 2 instead of 1. Basically, I think we've exceeded our targets, what we wanted to do.
In a period.
Usually, it's a 1 year cycle. And after no one, they say we are starting on September, October, right? And by this year, September, October, the group has to share their shares and then start what to do with the social fund and then start all over again. Basically, after a year, PDA doesn't have to be there. The groups will have all the new functions. But we are also always available. Because we are expecting some communities to be new groups there for me. The members themselves can facilitate. I think the past VSL is facilitating other formation of groups. Assembly who say interested, I think we are facilitating. But PDA doesn't have to be there. But because of the interest of our partners, Coconect, Nestlecocoaplan, we may still be around to offer some support, right? But technically, after a year, this group should be self-sustaining.
Okay. So the Clement kind, I think that it will pass 5 years and very 5 years why? You know, 6 years. Patrick, and I'm just going to move on the back and my testimonies are created. Then you say yes, and then 1 year. And I'm catching
na me ka say ebi a me na e leader wa but me no want to kakra but boni ni me ho and am say boni want to enti no obetimi e decide say oh ye ma won join ni bi e ba sa na me so be me nyani pa enti no e no che say me be out I mean to be join ni bi ana
okay enti yen ka say onu no be decide so we be mo on ansa na e be starting ko onya na leader for him to decide say we be ba ko mana ye pese ye ti ekuo no ene e betre enti bia onu na empewa omo ma ka no pe enti onu ko enti me decide e ma enti onu na be free mood ya
okay na assume say ekuo no e bia ni ba no 20
yeah
ena me hu say ekuo no ma e possible enti me pese me join sisi ko na abe chairman kana president e was be na mo sisi so e dey make me akọ
okay enti ekuo no ye won hye ye ti after 3 months it me ba mu after 3 months now person will buy there and there no and no be decided siti e boni wie ni e start na betimi am but say ye take maybe a mo penkrofo na person will be mu and no na make am no ultimate still and decided ma all those so ye chairman cry but you tell say kuo ni nyina and it say fa to me e mani pa ba ko say undecided man entina ye incorporate the gender and the power aspect
yeah yeah boy I can make it the case group na group no enye say ya ti group na ye da ka abram na mu susu na bi a process to get a VSA group program it will take about 3 months 3 months we be training election of leaders constitution it is how process when you na e be free because we do be no because no embra we there meet here be and 20 year bibia na ya fada kanemra no na obia ni mumra ni bibia okuru na ne enwa no no o film da but I say now sometimes we go from a church and say e bia be 1 month 2 months no there ya na intimidate bibia now but that then am say the pan when ya equality teni biniti no mo say na ntia say bibi e be do be na body confusion bi social fund according to constitution is can be a check ye kan before say say me pan e be oh bakun but what 1 month 2 months 3 months 4 months e kono edu bre ba betis kan enam say na adwan cost na social fund de be ye nche na opese o start confusion e baba te start ye no omo mu ni e twani na ehu say say na ma we na e ade ana e bo boda nti no process a ubedi nke from plan sana data no aba.
Is it plan now? Me plan the same because more say after 3 months we'll be team joining and after a year all those are plans. But as say we are free, ama a friend say a cool engineer no. Meaning say and also plan on man as a document you on side.
The idea is that we NPD and facilitators. Okay, to the part, we have certain app now we are executives. Now we behavior week we are one this year. The part, yeah, okay, near just an item from Yaseru so yeah, and near matter say now advice is be brief. Say far exit is at the end of the day what they do. A continuous conversation. Interpret the piano, in your chance now, to look at Japan person and say now over. In the end, say on mature musical. Oh my governor for a year. Can one say what you're okay? To say matches can be some money already on better no decided okay, achieve ya a person to us for the next year. Can one say the next year or more to us all executives, meaning of a bit because I finished one I bet to about 4. And as I finish so executives and a better, John decided we are objects can I know my new elections, come up for me new ones. No matter what, PDA, in this a woman he has a bill. Now, so say a banner say area, as your other engagements, it me as I found or what you man. But in terms of exit strategy, I don't know whether you have.
You don't really get involved in the things that they do. We only facilitate the process after that. They do everything themselves for the first year under our supervision. So with or without us, they can still function. So for us in the circle, at the end of the first year, that whole period, that is it. The only time we come back to a group is where we want to share some new findings or learning or something to make them work better. But after that, unless the group is weak and needs some support for further continuation, then that is it. But after the cycle, functional groups, that's all. We PDA, we have nothing to do again because for us, we have after formation, first 3 months that we take them through the intensive training. After the formation, we handhold them for the period, for some 12-month period of contribution. Some people, they do their own leadership. Contribution. They do everything themselves. So we are sure, sir, the group can exist without us. Then for us, we are off if we have to do somewhere, we use them.
Probably there can be about 3 or 4 years, which you said the partners can come back and then wanting to find out the impact after they have left after some years. Now, when you come back and then it has collapsed, where is the reasonability?
No, so that one, it could be said something happened and then they fought. And then they couldn't manage the conflict very well and it's gone. But there are some, like there are some members in the group that have been there for like 5 years. You get it? But definitely, you might have groups, some of them at a point, they would fall off. It's just like people enter union, everybody, hey, 10 years after the marriage has collapsed. But these were the same people that were the best of whatever. So those things, unpredictability of the human element in the space, at times, they can happen. But in terms of process for exit for us in that space and guaranteeing, those bits, we actually put it in place from start. So that's how we don't come there and say the contribution, this is how it has to go. No. After the executives for 3 months training, the rest of the 9 months, the executives will facilitate everything.
So maybe some people are here, they could share experience how they work and they do it. So Binya Beya, they're not trained to pay as we will quality. But almost the normal in such a way say, as I call one wedding to my year for 3 months, no more Dimodi. I'm so maybe every day, Timian Nanti, here if you see, the money between us. The 1 year, the best one mom contribution, well, documentary, mommy. Okuta, I come in said this because you will hear said they come for you. And such a person, and we don't know about can say, we call you sound to us, Oma. So, the members say, here I am, one more members, no more shade to say, at the end of the Yamanagina, and Yadia Yama, he said, Faso, Elso. Etina, Coconect started a coconut, Yaya who said, Coconect. I didn't say, Leslie for until the cocoa chocolate or money. Omobey Milo, Omobey, Ticomo first about Boama, you are 4 Nasitrema, Nuanya, Amodi, any Arasia, Mudia, Dia Cocono, Ama, when you sika, and the upshed and no suit now. It's Yenya, I wish Yemma, I drink Chira, a Bema said, my dear way, a team. Now, you are spreading our districts and our communities. How many chief can say? Say Ghana, cocoa bat, that was the cocoa badness in Yasa programs. She shall say Ghana, Yasa, if a small community, let's become mobilized 50%, 2,900, 107,000. I mean, fantastic. And the Fancy Admin say. But be as I deal with more leaders, no, and more members, no. I also dear Cassie, a Damaso. So, more I'm here that you
For me, I believe that the sense of duty makes one very responsible. So, if the groups are well strengthened and then they see the whole intervention as their own, all right, and then they also get to see the benefit thereof, I find it quite difficult to foresee them breaking off. Unless, of course, there is a conflict or a mistrust somehow by the leaders of the group. Are you getting it? So, if already they are able to see the benefit, for instance, the presentation you did, well over 100,000 Ghana cedis, old 1 billion have been realized over how many months? 6 months or so. Are you getting it? I mean, imagine if it's going on for the next 1 year, then we are talking about twice of that. For me, it's going to be, a big improvement in their economic livelihood. So pretty much it's about they having that sense of ownership and they continuing with the fact that it makes them more economically empowered and so they can sustain the group. I don't believe in a situation where at all point in time there has to be a third force to support community development. Once the force comes in over a short period, we expect the people to have that sense of duty upon themselves, to own the system, and let them have their own, manifest their own governance, okay, and opportunities and influence. And when that is well formed, the rest would go on. There's something we say that you don't push the river, it flows by itself. So once the river is flowing and then people are able to realize their net worth, I think it would help to sustain the group. For us, as part of learning, maybe after 2 years you come, it's also good if you come and then a group that was once strong and formidable is no longer strong and formidable. So what went wrong? We need to know as far as sustainability is concerned, so that in the future, when we are setting up groups like this, then if we're able to capture what went wrong, then we can use it as a catalyst to reinforce future, interventions. So for me, it's all good, be it good or bad. It's okay for me.
You started when me who dear say, oh, VSLA Kowe, a good Amayako Daka, every self. No. It been see that. You start before I say VSLA bag Ghana had yet. I shall say it been NCs, I finished the but at the bar, Bekwai 2013. Ubi like multiple, but say Ubiakas, oh, Mr. Patrick, she said they had almost so many beauty, number from Madaka. You be see that. Omoha, almost so on na Omoha, so no, Miss Adeno, and Yadia, a bear 1-2 years, na a jig, name, Omomba fat. to say you are very kind, they will take ownership of the project. Now, on my amanae, come on.
I might do my own account, and then you want my country. The same says, the Robert Jessica. Sir, phenomenon, more, Dividian and about 25. 25 for next, but dear fat, you bad dreams, I must wear 1 month. So, whatever they do, as long as I walk aside into the brief figure today or buy, never see a tour. Now, why fast for tour ban? We may hear chairperson. We may far and I can. We will be good and so far. Only in our own I said, yes, I'm not for to say, almost every one of the lead. The Tuabana, my head to bear 3 times, you know, I say, my women. I was say a chassis, not yet too. But not young will be there to 10 1 seed. 1 seed. But your name, I don't find it. Near to 1 seed, associations, near to 20 pesos. The 20 years so young, I'm about to get a friend. Bye. When we chase the guy, no beer, I can't do. We say, if I go to say, I'm trying to tell us, said, you're 2 4 4 6 and I had 2. Now, a choir, you see, somewhere near and say, yes, social fund, yeah, check, and you're talking now. That's it, chess. To say, you know, sir, you them. My dear, I will come to center when you only quiet us. There, you would have told Bobby high and yet the amount. The quick young man is in your home, when I said, I'll teach a man, look up to your training. The IS is 60. I just look at a social fund, and they are there to toss out. They do 50 pesos, and one is a little and then the corner answers, we benefit from you. Imagine, I'm the address can be a way you want. Kept both the other and so said the accord, the Yapa was the end of I have my tip, 2 groups are coming here on my head. And he says, I'm saying, and you can bear 15, now the super was some baby coming. I said, I said, cry box with me. You want money here, or that is nothing. Or that would must have got that trust. Yeah, that car, and pop with that trust. Because a horn on the west in a while. The CSC, study him as a drinkers or it must say a car. It must have 4 wire doors. This year, opera, following and away swat, Accra. But opera, as a town of swat, not want to be a mamma, or a cra, the amount, and a kiss in the sister. Sammy, men and Kutaki in one, the Ben Kutaki. Or second about cultures, making about policy, Sunny AM. Now I will box not kill myself. And I tell you, only decreasing or box on the move. Go back the way I know. 7 years council store. You have been interested in 1 million a year, 5, 6 a month in the city. Suppose you know, soon as a cabotin on my yard, yet the interest in a young woman. And I would discuss about the tour. Oh, but I can't tell us a India Clatter or the castle, say, or the interest of the Ura, the artist, but I guess all over I shouldn't. And I want to say, and you must. It's all about 1 and in the loan funding and in the social funding, and what the account already. I want me, because I'm 1 minute to say, me name it back. Kumaba will come, we are top container. Container because they are back their money. I'm not telling you no good or Tom, so a seamstress. Sounds upon my dear. I just said, 1 day for a bad man said 3 years. That was a man. With my think, I do not be draining. All the draining. See me up to top, sir, container. You get this. Come my dear. And now, I could tell you must go more. And no problem. As I'm a mere man, and you okay, post fast. What is Ghana say? What you are? What you push your one? Will be a mimi woman. There won't be a true idea next time. About me, mouth. Woman, prepare the about me, mouth. And I almost was saying, I was saying, who said, date was saying, the chest come. And yet, so I was saying, the machine was the family. That's what the Sikanaba, you and I actually. Who will be a second seeker, who will be a second interest, a crowd, a woman. Be a chairman, I have a casa, except only a dozen mini secretary, and a chairman so me. I just 18 years old woman. A fee, if I said to one man, I promised a big year when I did the year. You could have 16 or 19, 36, if I understand. I had to take you on the side. What do I mean from obeying 80 grand? And I'm going to look at almost so many others, a bit about what my 4 to go to money, acquire by child, my divide account, to be able to see her. The only one now, what's it? Money now. Na mungu se ekuna bwa ekofa obi a be bewuram se de na me ndura bi na obi sasa akwahye no ekofa obi asama me wo for insani bi ba so ba be no ka just wura o me ya time ya kra be fe wo no say na msa fa me se ani an o twen no mo ma ye ni na ho ne bwa ya ka bi aso
so question na so
it is not what you say mo wana ba de ba mo se yamba me come on, now I get say, now me yare. Some me say me de ba. Me found my interest na mo mo say me da one to me so me go be bia. Ah me come interest mo didn't say ya na say what condition you was.
But you budget.
Yeah.
Question says I think so when the so we try to do master that master say we yare ya. And the whole the so the whole chain. Your father will be a complete was all the body, and I said, go on, Massa, and 9 the Kuman. And I overshake you no more. Boy, me brown man, so we overshake you. We are away. Because when we saw every year, and so what bet you knew who can also was or Kuman is for Kumano to change. Was the Casano bar, but I young cousins and the Kuman to make good here. Do one now said whatever you have ever been. So I'm almost going to make our money here. And I'm saying, a copra at the demo first of all, for us. You run, you plan, and you discover. So, yes, we are here to come and see the council or the course.
The American Mrs. Simply a little, but that's a no here. This is a continuing. And this is interest. I just say, mobile cat, no one just got the OTC and another saying, I don't know if I want to. I see. Say where there will be Otia, the only Obia or Bekwai on the sun. And I mean, I don't want to be my yes, family. Ah, me that mean no woman in American, but you could away. It will be you look in the chair. Now, Mokoy is fishing, more casual, say Nippon, or yet you are on to lady and Moka. Ah, you can't, sir, because your producer. Your producer, and to me, say you sit here. Minimum, said you sit here.
The Bible who are not looking for one of them can't listen, and I'm sorry, only Bekwai. But you got to know the call for certain application that you now decided to say, a man with you drop as a dapper, if you're more than for the machine. To be a young man, that's 16, and move on about the next week over the video. To be honest, now. The name is 25. National only FM getting to 3 months. The California free and now only FM, Papa, at my own money and this year. It will more than a Kakaka, shall say free 1 city, it is 5 cities. Share about the near 1 city. If you have to buy the call 2 cities, and they call 3 cities per share. If they say they have 4 cities, which is 1 week in the hour, you try 200 Ghana cities. If you say, I will come and say, they sit by first starting. Now, my forecast, hey, I said, yes, when you say the country, so not of us, Betty Yama. Truth, Professor Vision is a party, a dear friend, no, I'm not going to say, you could take 240. A chrono, a year 8. That would be a 1 year. But so far as I'm the chairman, I'm one penny for so I can have say we see to constitution on the Saboka. What if you do what you are on camera? What you push out, that's a winter we are, a man. One fact, a blow out far member before you free. So we took one slap 3 consecutive times and plan some a you free program. This information about eti ama ekuani nyinaa no emre bia no ebiti oni ye nya huhu pota wo kasa so fa 2000 eti ayeshe eti ekuya no sesi ana de emu ayede because last year they tried 200 and year they get 10.4 year 10.4 then you to square million the year interest can will be 4 million can 10 40 and you know 40 million because I say there's about competition group 1 competition group 2 group 3 group 4 will be our competition that's what we are there but as a chairman of the board it will monitor the big trouble there Monday Tuesday Thursday Friday Saturday it will be our day will be a candidate it's a nice person there but as a mere movement the choir said for furniture could you not be interested in seeing it so we said you are my friend chairman said it's a man a Jumano in Wyatt you can't get training college there's a training so we all say we are say training college and there's a training you know a mentor to make up as a 4 or 5 years 1 week you know and son of Crown is cardiac one video I found control 100 will be so much say the days here it be another best Monday the second Monday one and I said ma'am no why major the cure for more than 20 million now woman with a emergency power someone want me there it's a quiet you say education is to the idea here the Tiaga says you said you cover so I pen them in our trial and then one day more than here Buga the family no from and you was 20 million not the registration oh you are serious that was the car so I want to partner doctor now I was saying oh mama baby team Saturday 8.5 and you buy a Thursday or buy a yesterday Thursday or buy was 8.5 and I'm not for you get that 8.5 from but we should be supremacy now see 8.5 1.5 come on 10 because you know not to turn over kakaka they say my horse anyhow so we say about the Coconect yentia so it is kind of our and one 10 million which you have American umbi wona bedi eti efikusiasi de janso edumasa eni yukroni na monitor me ada je se eti se a bi ebe aduane afino baba fallesi ni na wo mo ena eye se so wati na ye bia na mo di abre amini eti ufise duma bi ede emo aye amen
Ye se wa kama na ya kono dia mi bisa ni se Musha see you say the working, it be no be a fiscal challenge. No, so you say, and now you are crossing the make and a son, when you want tears, as we see, or you go queening, or Bemunes or Becker Kun, one person I'm going meeting, Betty Macasaman and the office. You should TV so crowd, or the expert, how do you? A bit more hard to claim, sir. You said a woman dear or not dear or sound this with you discount so much to me the experience of telling them said so we channel 20 years basically I just said now what should be what should be a real cousin was in the art the virgin was on our when you so catch all about Obesho, like I say, the trauma. I'm going to also bet you are with me, bet yet the time that they go. If you ever saw when we go to meet Picaco, and Sally, I have to know, Dorcas went to be marked, which make us and then they meet me with Muka, with trauma. And after so, you're properly young here. She said that Mammy can't. We are not more for maybe I'm not for your the Ukraine Sicadi, we are discussing with I said, Tim, we are Asia, who says, I tell you, the address, the interest in it, which we use a Jaffa Grand Venture. Is Casabia, the edge of the Archie, and yet the channel and Yaponi. Then you are any constitution,
Upua no betimi ayesa. Yes.
Because I used to say, I'm so be done a better training college, no, you have 20 million. It's a bit more be 20 million, also the income in the first week now 14 million. And the panel say, then, no, Timina 6 million, no. Ever saw Suma and Tinica. And I've got better of us, to change and I finished saying no to you.
The child says, you are 18. Good. It is my 18 year. Now, I'm saying, is serious. Then, so you said that's a boy, Ubenya, Etria. We go across the school year. Sir, on a crown, when you're best 50 crown, the crown, we need the crown, but you need to be there for what you said. Now, come, a crown, what you said, Papa, we and not do this cardiac school, dear Brandy. Because the first key party education. Sir, Babusa, you did come school, you school. Yeah, yeah, you will big now, construction.
I said, what one of we say, it's a GDS super.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. We have few. So, I said, I'm a best. Takadi, I will be man. What did you put me on and now we say? And I'm such a family, you're talking now. You're my young man. Except you who crown, you have penny, and I'm such a family. You're check. It's kind of offering Africa. You're too good. Which you can, of course, baby crown now. 50 Ghana and yet to compare. It's going to be 56. You could have said, didn't you?
Equivalent to your own contribution. I think you can take loan up to 3 times your own contribution. So I think that's what we make. If the group decides something else, that's also fine. Yeah. So in the case of 2,000, I'm sure the person, like yes, we would have gotten up to 2,008, you add 200. But they have to pay that money in addition to their own contribution, right? So where they get the money to pay, I think that's the survival strategy they have to have.
About 5 years ago, Mr. Patrick, on my border, as I'm your committee secretary, to be seen your border this year, my now or my team. You know, they made now 2 years. Saturn financial institution will be quite different response. Now, one for international one for any GSA, or more promotions, Cassim, the little brain, and Medina, Emma, Mr. Patrick Coy. But of friend of their present, that is to say, message no pleasant of one. Yes, I told my dear say. Of friend, make it to most of them call the fear film. The coffee one, a Casafama, and the Medical Bar. And she, in 15, and I was with my starting. And she has started now for the one week about a car. Now I'm young, and you got 25. Over church, no one will be so silly, coach in the bear was out to me and some. I said, I wish it was in a casa. Yes, shall say the Suma be near the twisties. And now, said your Casa Pudding Kakan. Now, one more part of transhuman. And she now to back to the which track and Suma tenses. Now, you and the call, 3 6 years, no, and Suma back there 6 days. In our two transmitting now 30 Ghana cities. In fact, Senya, among many Madinka can have my family. The Kuwait said they see what yes video for the and that's a good one. Me come on yet and this year, no cousin CA. You will see more than 25,000. From here, will be able to can open. We have put this year. There were more than 25,000. They knew be idea. Boy, last year, the back of College of Education, meaning by Westbrook Massey. You can't say, you're for okay, notice none deans. And he a deep very weak, and was half was that. And not to be okay, was in the young notice your family. And she occurs at him that each year I'm testing massive by your family, but I'm 2,100 admission fee. Now, prospectus also 1,001. In fact, now I had it. And you come meeting, I'm too many for him said, in Yabusi. May have a lantern here. The one said, now, dear Matum, it will qualify for 22,000, like 2,200. and I'm a J 2,100. And to one of our commercial banker, and I'm sending to school account, and I'm a father. And the material will be air to one year from one. I'm my attic. But I'm buying here, Papa. This year, I send about Papa. I also air the Ponzo. Yeah, you're afraid I'm in a waffle, almost a room in your crime. In fact, the Americans say, but if I want to do, you put out your mom, Nestlecocoaplan. It is a spread no more beer. When you're not suspected, I'm your mother. I can't be done.
That's our question, you are man. Emma Box. Okay, Patrol.
The family of any other, Fintran. Afia no one did you couldn't buy home. It is a grand year, said Ghana is it here. Ama of one year, look of Papa. It is a crummy book, said, a discussion ever good man. Not a once more. There's a very year, of Papa about the channel. I'm in Park Rally. It's not of bonnet. It's a bloody pay by you. But in church, you move a pray by. I'm swimming my community next year. We also open you would you want to do any party crew with you. We also open you would you want to do any man, and I'm a smoothie moment trying. You will say this city and I does. Video or Baba or Peter Sasman, yes, couple of food, if I ever get. Now, send me a crown ACT in church, and when I didn't run a million with the cabbage. A son said, and to one I had general, and one a Sunday away any I umbrella. Ama and Coswo, any Bibia Abuay. A son said, ye buy ye yafi. And so, Kakran, I had to tell you. Ama any pen be. A cocoa grow, almost fat at top, and one must move him. I am Rama, as uncanny 90 sir. Query air pescadia baby, dear. This will cocoa gratuitable. Cocoa gratia, dear mana, neighbor school semester of home. Why, cocoa gratia, dear Cocoa gratia, sabi because cocoa. Often, Sukamo Bessia, the bed on somewhere in Fonta. There's a million. Na ebe ya na ability and abre ya intimidate kakra person be sire me ma me ni papa no ya be hia msi say ya ire hwe mo say ekuro no dagu na ede fasopa ene kosodie ebe bibiri e ma say kakra person be kafa
we be sorry it's 3 years nie 5 years nie 2 years nie 6 years nie yante wasam Nijina have maintained the second African communities in my groups in the bed 120. But maintain that. Because they say, why a community do on more and go for me to almost say, Baumia fan club, almost say Baumia loans. In the end, 50 city, 50 city. And I know me, I'm going to be able to change we don't buy police station. Sika, my J. Kuma. You're finding out to free. Dr. Baumia was a maintain fan class. Oh, as a Sankasa, Adia, we have one more. Minister saying Casani Mano, a Bacosco, a Gobian do mission. And the Naya, minim, a time I'm buying. Was any of Papa, sorry, I'm not 5 years, you are saying would do me. Now, yes, you want a facet, and only now of facet. Yes, you want facet, Yanti. And then a prime man, as I say, you have a fast one. You have a free halfway. Because my mind is in the group, because two groups in the bear 8 6 years. It is a prime man, you have fast one, aquatic group. A prime man, you have fast one, aquatic group. The Munches is here. I'm going to nice and cautious.
Because I said, everybody will be one. The AI says, you'll be assembly meeting. Better to some friend, Mama. 30 minutes and now 40 minutes to now. There were 34 electoral areas. So 34 elected assembly members. If we sell this idea to them and they go to the committees, 90% of the work is done. Like our brother from AGLF talked about. So we are all going to be apostles of the change. When we invite you, please Don't go to the villages without passing through us. That should all be before you go. Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, the minimum is one city. In a one city. The government could bring them in the Panama. We'll catch us, you may get the normal also. Maybe from the Namiko. Ya can you know, decision can you know, they don't almost and never come in so much to work with our own. It's no matter moving. No, Mama, more take a decision. I have what you know.
But your reflection is not
So, we've been running this program for almost 6 months now. And this meeting is supposed to be our midterm evaluation meeting. And especially I'm speaking English because I want Marilyn and Fred to follow the conversation, okay? Then everyone. And now, this meeting is supposed to be a midterm evaluation meeting to assess where we are and the way forward. And then also to let you know the kinds of evaluation and monitoring we've been doing alongside the program. And so you will notice that whilst the program itself is being implemented, called the VSLA GALS program, we have also been doing internal monitoring and assessment to be sure that the right things are being done, the right approaches that were originally planned were being implemented. So we have some few methodologies that I will explain later, but the focus of the evaluation is to answer 4 key evaluation objectives. First of all, to know whether the project is delivering according to how it's set out to deliver, and whether there's value for money, whether there's efficiency in the delivery of the program, right? And then, we also try to understand whether the program is meeting the needs of the farmers. That's what in evaluation terms we call the relevance of the program. And I'm sure the testimonies already allude to that. So I don't even need to say much about whether it's relevant or not. But there's also the issue of sustainability and replicability, which I think has been a running theme today. Everybody hears this and they're like, okay, how do we sustain, how do we go beyond this year, and how do we take it to other places? That has been a question we've been asking ourselves as well. And then we'll try to speak to that and see how that has thrived. In the end, I think somewhere in September, we'll come back again, probably here or somewhere else, to do what we call a summative evaluation workshop, where we look again at the whole process and say, where are we? What are the real thorny issues to take forward if we want to do, if we want to replicate the program? So these are the main objectives of the kind of things we've been doing. So we've been doing a number of things alongside. We've done what we call profiling of all members of the VSLA group. So you notice we have a database for every single member of the VSLA groups. There are about almost 500 of them. I'll show you some of the data about who they are at the baseline. In a few months' time, we'll go back to the same people again to take the same data to see how things have gone. We have measured a few things about socioeconomic status, gender dynamics in the homes, household, number of children, a number of things. You see those indicators, how it stood at the baseline, and then in the end line, we see how changes have happened. Because whilst we know that any good thing happening to the community members or the group members cannot all be attributed to the program, we know that some aspects of it can be attributed to the program, especially because we have other qualitative information to support that. And so we will be able to make some attribution in the end. So we are collecting data in terms of profile of members, and also visiting some of the communities alongside the field officers, Patrick and Co, who are always there. The entire PDA team as well also tries to monitor and assess how things are. And we will be asking questions along the lines of effectiveness, like I've mentioned, efficiency, sustainability, and impact on the livelihoods of people. And that's what we call the DAC framework. I thought I was showing you this. Okay. So that's the kind of methods we've been adapting. So we've been doing profiling of community members, members of the, the groups. We've been interviewing a few of them, collecting data alongside. So what have we found? And what are the learnings we are taking forward? And sorry, this is a dashboard that PD has developed that contains a number of variables which we can switch between districts, but also for all the communities. So let me just project the figures for both districts. Okay, so in terms of the gender dynamics in the groups, we've already mentioned that it's a 50-50 thing, almost, right? So we have almost 50% of male and female. And like you can see on the gender age group, majority of the members are adults, which is fine because our break is very appealing, not to the youth, but to the people within the age group of about 25 years, but also some elderly groups as well. And I think probably this speaks to the policymakers and everyone about the kinds of, because it's more like a cross-section of people within the communities that sell cocoa merchant and Coconect. And so if you have more people being adults and fewer being youth, it speaks volumes about how attractive our group is. Probably we need to do a little bit more, but that's just the kind of composition we have. It's interesting to know that most of the farmers have completed some basic education, which is fine, even though there's still quite a number without any education at all. In terms of the occupation, mainly cocoa farmers, and you know that has been the target anyway, to deal with cocoa farmers that supply to the cocoa merchant through the value chain to get Coconect and then Nestlecocoaplan. And so it's still fine that very few people are non-cocoa farmers, but majority of them are cocoa farmers. At the time of doing this study, before we started the implementation, so many people, in fact more than half of the people said they never do any savings at all. And that's what this bar tells us. So this bar tells us that more than 250 people, like more than half, said they've never done any savings at all in the last 1 year, right? But this program is supposed to encourage savings culture. So we are hoping that maybe by the time we are done, this no will probably reduce to zero because almost everyone will be able to save. And then maybe in the next 5-10 years, people will still see the need to save, and then that culture will be inculcated. Very few people save every now and then when they have to, but I think that number has to increase going forward. Yeah, most of them are suppliers to cocoa merchants. They've been with cocoa merchants for long. Now, this is quite an interesting statistics I need you to look at. And that speaks to the question of the first household population. That speaks to the question of child labor, even though it's only a proxy, right? Now, if you look at this, for each community, the blue bar represents the average number of people in each household. And so you find that it's around, it's something between 5 and 7, right? The average number of people in a household is between 5 and 7, which is the blue bar, the first bar for each of them. And these are basically communities, the down one. And then in each community, you have 3 bars, blue, that's the color of this, brown, and then us. So the blue one represents the total number of people average in each household. The brown one represents the total number of children in each household, right? And so you have the total adult and children, then children. Then the ash one represents the total number of biological children on average in each household. Now when you do child labor, trafficking, workforce of child labor analysis, you realize that where you have many children in households who are not biological children of the household head, there's a chance that child labor is happening in there. This speaks volumes in terms of the communities that have more non-biological children in households. When you look at this community, for instance, it appears that on average, almost every child in the household doesn't belong to the household. It doesn't say, I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying it's characteristic of something you probably need to pay attention to when you are doing child labor immigration analysis. There are some of the communities that have fewer people, fewer children being non-biological children, which is fine, you know. But so in terms of child labor analysis, it's something to pay attention to. And we think it's interesting. We'll see how that comes around when we go back to the communities to do this kind of profiling. But child labor analysis is tricky. But the data, the information people give to you may not exactly represent what actually happens. And so there is data we can play with, but we have to be careful how we interpret it. In terms of decision making on food in households, and I think one of the things that the gender action and learning system is supposed to do is to bridge the decision making between male and female in the households. And so it was interesting just to find out, okay, so who decides on food in your house every day? And it looks like the majority of people. Okay. So, household dynamics no messaging kakra. So ase ho na edin na wa ase ho no na communities a ye mu aduma. Na community bia no ai ko mu no. Members na bia e bebisa wo fie ni pa process na wo. No ma ke bia ni pa 7. On the average no, ni pa wo communities no there on average between 5 and 7. Jebia Fabia, Nipa 5, Nipa 7, Nipa 6, Nipa 4, Kabum, maybe a 3, Kabum now in free noir, a new economy, so Fabia. I pass about Pania, if you're not Nipa, a new and so a Musa, the Empire. What you should France, a Mubaya fan Empire. What should I say? Yes, any parts of the Ofia, I don't know. They move and 9 a.m. of fra between 0 and 17 years. Okay? Now we are saying this as an Parana and move by a fat. If you move by 5. A monodos and a fear for Nagasaka. It is fear for the catches and money a jar of African household heads. If I say a jar and then a Omonem paratifi. Eti parana e wohon. Omodo se na e o man kasa kasa ba. O hwemu a communities ni bebre wo ha. Parana e wohon. Bebre na anye efiefo no emba. Na sa o hwe komodi e fa e difa child labor na emofra ye adwuma ne emofra ya koto om so om ye adwuma e no mo ya ya ka de adwuma de no. Bebre na no omo me yesa adwuma no enye efiefo na kasamba omo ya ho enti se ye child labor analysis na e ba fie bi mu na e kase okay if you any pan so na room emu num ye para na emu mienu pe e na efiefo na mo na kasamba na ya bi mare na kakase a na fie a mu nyina wo yakuafo a hodo ene ade no And Parana on your man, almost yet their home free. Over you show me, not as almost yet, oh man, ya traffic on my pass on Bay, Juma. And almost your own go school, did the almost your fool, almost yet, Jumana, yes, sir, of that. Into a woman say, we know. Performer, the brain will be able to say instead of Papa say, I'm part of my cousin. Now, on the face of it, when I am, you bet me the analysis the brain actually send a child labor a few. And to say, oh, now, I say, who be sir, I share communities to say a community over 300. Ocean man, on average, in Parawa, if you be a fear for Nakasanga. Now the community be a do and yet a fear for no Ankasa man. Not to say ever have because you ever said a bit to me or be an man. I saw Kofu the town said, yeah, I was saying you do it near tomorrow. In this analysis, yes, I call in the next 3, 4, 5 months. Yes, I saw analysis now. You need a sense society have one. Okay. No. Biological, just say, maybe I'm here, say, remember, no, maybe want to make a son. Me fear on any part on the wall. And para whom we at 9. A movie me back. Me and son, I can't remember back. It me and son, I can't be a million back. Madame for be back. How one maybe a home macra bet me I cannot biological. A bit me I simply so. I know comedy I social welfare for echo me did this a idea of some more sure I must start money to phone because I never be right proxy to child labor, even though it doesn't exactly mean that there's child labor. And in terms of decision on food in the household, yeah, and I can expect to say, okay, if you're there, Obama, so I also send a movie. Into me, a business, I said, why, and a tuition man, a member will be brave, a member not be enough. A source for them, and a man there the was here. Into member will be brave, that's a mayor, and they decided to send the other a man also. Bino, not member of Castle Rail on there, and almost a castle man, and man will bring to Castle of Ocean Muswa, I said significantly, a man to now Castle Omni decided they are not obeying, which is fine. But yes, when we go back to the communities, you will see whether there's any change in that trend as well. And significantly, we are expecting that the GALS, the Gender Action and Learning Systems, will help to mitigate any variance, any kinds of elements of injustices, inequalities in the communities. So that if women feel empowered and they decide that, oh, now we go to the kitchen, we purchase food items, and we want to decide what the household eats because we have a better sense of the nutritional needs of the household. And that would be great. But it will be interesting also to see how people justify why they prefer that their spouses decide on food, even if they are women. So those are some proxies to gender dynamics in communities which we are closely monitoring. Then in terms of In terms of the weekly visits that we planned for the field officers to do after the groups were formed, I think it has been very consistent, and the evidence suggests that the field officers attempt to visit each group each week. And when they visit, they don't really unnecessarily interfere in the affairs of the group. Sometimes they just spend the first 10 minutes, first 20 minutes, just to observe, to see how things are functioning, and then they move on, which is great. And I think it's very consistent with what we have, we plan. The only challenge, and I think when we go to the other slides, we begin to understand that the weekly meetings has, their own dynamics. One community called Atuem, is it Atuem? Atuem has, the VSLA in that community has collapsed. It's mainly, and that's the only one out of the 19 that could not function up to date. We are still monitoring closely to understand the dynamics, but largely, I think it's an issue of the timing for meetings, the duration for meetings, and some others. It doesn't look like the share volume is an issue. I think they were contributing 5 CDs per share, right? And across board in that district, 5 CDs per share appears to be the norm for almost every community. So I think it only varies about 2 weeks ago that that group was just going to be non-functional. So we probe further and see how it works. But the weekly meetings have been very useful when it happens. The gender action and learning systems have been introduced. The GALS champions training workshop has been convened, and some facilitation is happening at various levels. Everything that's very consistent with the plan we have, and that's very useful to take note of. Share purchasing has started after the first 3 months. The only source of concern is that for some of the communities, they didn't think it was necessary to start disbursing loans early enough. Could have been earlier. So yeah, in terms of the purchasing and the shares and access to credit, that has been very forthcoming. But maybe we will go to the other issues later, but it will be very interesting to see as well these dynamics, when you look at it in the global sense. Gloria presented some community-specific statistics, which is captured in this way, but it will be interesting to see the trend across the month. So in terms of the loan fund payment, you will see that it started gradually. Some communities across the board started low by October when we started the purchase of shares. It rose to very high rates of about 4 something in the month of March. And you realize that in April it's come down because we are still in April and people are still purchasing shares. So we see how the April comes around. But it appears that there's something about February and March and January which is interesting. It appears that January after Christmas, people don't have too much to spend, so the contributions flattened between January and February. But February, March is shorter, which I think is a learning for us as well. It could tell us something about the months and how farmers need money or are able to let off money during the seasons. The social fund also keeps rising, which is good. In terms of what else is interesting here, share value, we know it's been something between 2 CDs and 10 CDs for both districts. Attendance has been good. Yeah. Pardon?
My question was, because I saw that M1A and M1B are the only two with 10 CD share value.
Yeah.
Did they discuss among the 2 groups that they were both doing a higher share value? Because it's quite unique.
Yes. Almost all of them have 5 CDs, and then the 2 higher shares are also from Sokote. I think Bekwai usually Bekwai and the other communities have the highest of 5, but also it ranges from 2 to 5. And then Sokoto has something between 5 and 10. I'm not too sure. Did the two communities discuss to decide on 10 shares? Or you can speak?
Yeah. Each group, before they start producing shares, each group meets separately and then they discuss how they will buy, they will choose for their share. So the group members choose that. Yeah, they decided to take 10 cedis per share.
So it's a coincidence?
Yeah, it's a coincidence. No, it's coincidence. They meet separately.
It's possible that that particular community has very rich people. Yeah, you want to say something?
And I think that also explains why I said, if you look at the total aggregate in terms of contribution in Sokoto, it's like twice.
Yeah, the
One Bekwai is almost 50 in Sokoto, is 100
something thousand.
I think for Bekwai, only one group has 5 cities as their share. All the others are 2 cities. But for Sokoto, there's only one group that has 2 cities. The rest, some are 4, 5, and then 10.
Maybe the people are more exposed into the challenges with regards to savings. And for that matter, always you have to force the elite to save. You know, they think that they have their money in Ghana. But maybe whilst in Sokoto, they don't have any opportunity to access funding, and they think that this is a good opportunity for them to leverage. So it's basically not whether people have more money, and for that matter they are saving, but it's about trust in the system. It is a decision at the household level whether we have to go by it. And people come with so many reasons why people do that.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Incidentally, I don't know whether that's what the
it's just reflected the trust and the pessimism kind of thing that at the beginning. Because now, most of the groups in Bekwai want to increase their share value. But when if you increase it now, it will affect the process. So most of them want to increase it after the cycle has ended, then they will increase. So I think it's a trust issue you mentioned. It's also the other issues. And interestingly, those groups have made their share value say 10 cities or what the last government said. They also don't really want to come for loans. They are among the least takers of loans as well. And we don't know whether it's a coincidence or that's behavior. As we collect more at the point, we want to see how the whole cycle, because it will cut across the various cocoa seasons, then we can really tell either it's a behavioral issue or a coincidence issue. The data will tell us.
So it comes back to the trust and the confidence. Yeah. Because they think that the money is secure. But I think the trust is that they have so much confidence in the system that okay, my money is secure, nothing will happen. So I want to save and then ensure that whilst if you save the money at the end of the season.
I agree with you that it comes a lot of reasons. Yeah. The trust is one. Yeah. Maybe the benefits that they've also enjoyed also as a factor. So they want to build some capital for some specific projects. And for that matter, I won't take you say that by the end of the year, I will have so much, then I go into that project. So it has a lot of, but like he's saying, let time will tell.
Remember, your hand has been up.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add to the argument. No, we did collect data on the baseline and then we assess the savings quota at the time. So if you look at the earlier dashboard that you presented, that can give you a sense of whether the people we require used to save or the people that who are purchasing the 10 cedi share were already saving or are now going to saving. Because the question was, before becoming a member of the group, were you saving? And then if you were saving, what was the pattern as well? So I think that can also be gotten from the earlier presentation. Okay, I mean this one.
So
say were kind of a higher objective of saving to the saving, support my members. So most of them were leaning towards the savings towards something. And probably that also accounts for why they are more interested in accumulating money and taking it around the game to support the project.
So this is Bekwai. You see that up to like over 140 people said they were not saving at all. But now Coconect had fewer people said they were not saving, but even more people said they were saving every now and then. So I mean, I think it comes back to putting some of these data together to be able to make an assessment. Maybe it's a culture that's already there, so they understand. Unlike the which I agree that sometimes the risk with the banking system and everything put people off and say, look, I won't even save at all. But now that people are building trust in the VSLA, probably in the coming year more people will be saving. Okay, so I was let me just finish with this before we go back to the other learnings. In terms of loan tracking, I think there's not much about this. I mean, it looks like, so for this first bar, it is the total amount of loan taken by female, right? So the first 3 bars are for female, the last 3 are for males. Now, it looks like males have taken more loans than females, a little bit more, right? But in terms of outstanding, this one is total salary. In terms of payment, females who have taken less are paid a little bit more faster than the males. So these are and that's quite interesting because, and probably that speaks volumes about what you get when more women get involved in some of these things, because they tend to be more proactive in responding to what ought to be done. Then, in terms of what people use the money for when they take the loans, because I think, mind you, the whole process has 2-3 main focuses: to encourage saving, to provide access to credit for other things, and then to build social justice through the GALS. Most people take loans for their businesses, and I think in terms of male-female, the statistics suggest that, and I think even for the testimonies that were given, school fees also comes across as some of the factors why people take loans, and then some other farm things. So businesses, it means that people are more interested in doing alternative, in diversifying their sources of income away from just cocoa, which is very good. I think that's the idea, to let people take money, have access to credit that can supplement their sources of income outside the cocoa season. So, and even this is something that is ongoing, and I think by the time we are done, we collect more data, we'll have even more interesting things to discuss.
I think the seasonality of the cocoa business also comes to play.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have, but since cocoa came into Ghana, people have gone into scientific approach. I know we should be depending on the rain. And cocoa is said that if you have rain to water to you can harvest as much as 8 months in 12 months. But because it's rain fed, we are harvesting for a period of, I think, 5.5 months. The whole year. That is where the rains are good. So people will definitely find other means of enhancing their livelihood. Therefore, this thing coming in, they save and then go into other businesses. But when we come to education and education, they will not be thinking about going into other businesses.
Now, very critical to this conversation is project efficiency, like value for money. But that's also tied in very well with sustainability issues, right? How do you make sure that there's value for money, and so people really are interested to carry on the conversation after the end project. I think one critical thing we have done, which started late but is critical, very important, is the involvement of the municipal district assemblies. Bekwai has been, super in terms of embracing the idea and carrying it forward. I think the Adansi South and Asopa Adansi, we've attempted to engage them several times. I think we've not had a chance really to gel together and to get a kind of enthusiasm. But I think some representatives are here already, right? Who are from Adansi South? Asopa Adansi, the district assembly, right? Yes. Excellent. And then the other one is Adansi South. Excellent. Okay, good. So that's, I think from here we can still engage. It's got us the whole conversation about sustainability, making sure that the project is viable and can carry on. There's also what we are calling the setup cost for the VSLAs, which I think has already been taken care of. And so as far as we are concerned, each group that has been set up can function beyond this year. They have their box, they have their passbooks, they have their governance structure set up, and so they can be in autopilot after this. And I think that's very critical to being efficient with the resources, but also putting forward the sustainability question. Then, that's very much related to the self-contained nature of the VSLA groups that we have set up. Like we've told you, they have their executive, they have their GALS champions, they have everything. They really don't need PD after this year, right? But we are happy to make ourselves present. And then, of course, the municipal assemblies, assemblies factor is also going to play a critical part. Now, there are two things which, let me just highlight them briefly for you. That also is a factor in terms of project efficiency, but also sustainability. There is the risk with handling of fiscal cash in the box, which has been put on the table several times, and even here it has come up. Coconect, Nestlecocoaplan, and PDA are still discussing how to deal with this in the long term. And I think we will take up a conversation with Uch and others to see what can be done to make sure that people have trust in the system, that they are not having their money with them, but they believe the money is safe. The one big thing all the community's members say is, look, we are happy we can see our money every day we meet. If you put it in an electronic wallet or in a bank, that physical seeing is no more there. But how do we build the trust to make sure that people's money is safe? Because say what you like, as soon as the radio stations begin to mention it, and I'm sure from today to go viral, and as soon as it becomes interesting in every community and people want to follow, the armed robbers will begin to realize that there's money sitting in the communities. Now, don't call the other people. And so, then there can be some notorious guy in the community, or even in the household of the person keeping the money, who may see the money every day and say, I need to have access to it. So it's a risk, right? So we are still having conversations about it. That's why I highlighted that as well. There's also the issue of, and I think it came up some time ago, group insurance. Are we going to move to a stage where we can have an insurance policy for each of the groups to say that if something happens to the money through a natural disaster or something, who bears the cost? Is there any insurance company? Is the assembly going to bear the cost? Is PJ going to bear? That's a conversation we can have. I think at the moment we have not gotten there yet, but if we want to still continue to inculcate the culture of savings in this kind of way, then we need to move towards that point where these are critical conversations to have. Now, in terms of project relevance, I think there are many things at play here, which for me speaks to the conversations we've had here so far today, right? We have, like people, the nature of this VSLA boosts people's confidence to say, I can see the money, I trust in the group, I trust in the people who are safe. That already meets a certain savings need of the people. So that it's not as if we are telling them they have to save, but they realize that it's important to save, And it's good, and they are going to save in a way that is secure and safe. Of course, there's a double benefit of saving, but also having access to credit, which is very critical. And the reasons people take loans already speak to that. There's also this collateral syndrome in the formal banking system, which this project eliminates. And many farmers can't access those credits because they don't have collateral. But this is no more, and so that's a very important need that is given. There's also the timeliness, flexibility of having loans. Somebody says, oh, I had an SMS on Thursday, already on Friday I had a loan, right, to pay my fees. That's a very timely way of doing it, very efficient, but also flexible, so that even though you can't even access 2,000 CDs, the people say, yeah, we understand your needs, take it and go, but pay it later, right? That's a flexibility, that's the kind of need that is given. There's also the social capital that is built around the VSLAs. Social capital is the kind of things you get from society, the friendship, the networking, you know, the funeral support, the wedding support, all those kind of things you get. The VSLA GALS project provides it. And I think there's no better way to benefit from the VSLA than this one. There's a social justice and gender equality equation there, which, and I think when we did the baseline qualitative study, it came out that for many people, really, for many households, there's gender role distinction that makes particular things reserved for men, particular things reserved for women. You know, household heads supposed to be men, and then which sometimes can be disruptive to personal growth. We are hoping that by the time the GALS process is complete and people begin to understand the nature and flexibility of social life and how things can evolve and how that also influences the economic well-being, maybe there will be more social justice and gender equality in the communities. We are hoping they will get there in the 1 year span, but if we don't, well, we'll get there. Yeah. So that's the kind of, you know, and these social justice issues and inequalities don't come across as very important because we feel the norm is that those rules are there anyway. But when we begin to see how that also impacts on economic well-being, the psychological, psychosocial well-being of people, you can appreciate why the GALS component of the VSLA is going to meet some socioeconomic needs of members. Now there are some learning points, and these are my last points, my last slide actually. Most of it we've discussed, and I've just brought them all together because, or maybe I should take my time so you don't cram them together. Now the frequency and duration of meetings is almost, the frequency is the same for all the groups, but duration varies depending on what comes across. But more and more, once individuals' aspirations coincide with the group aspirations of, well, the need for social capital, the need for credit, the need to save and that, once those things coincide, time doesn't become a factor for people again. They come and sit and they are always happy to sit. And for some of the groups that find usefulness for the GALS Champions training, they set other dates aside beyond their group day meetings to do the GALS training, which is very brilliant. And that tells you that once they find a need, time is no more important. And that's why we cannot say that time is the reason why a TUOM group collapsed. There may be other factors. Ownership of group norms and guidelines has also been found to be very useful. When people come and they repeat what they have all agreed on, it gives them a sense of ownership. And they always, if for nothing at all, they want to come to every day's meeting to tell what they remember about their rules and norms. And they own it together, they develop it together, which is one of the fundamental factors that make the groups survive. The enthusiasm around the GALS process has been high in the data action and learning system, partly because of the process, the participatory nature of it, but also because it uses a lot of images and drawings, which is which anyone at all, even if a person is illiterate or semi-literate, can relate to and tell a story without necessarily knowing how to write. And we think that that really is one of the factors that is making the GALS an important component of it. So, and I think we've mentioned that confidence in the group, trust in the system, determines the setting of the share values, the share prices. Once the share values are high, there is a higher risk to the giving of loans, the taking of loans. But even most importantly, when people trust that the group will not collapse and will exist beyond their fears, then they can set higher share prices. And I think next year, even for Bekwai, we're going to see very high share prices from what we hear and see. Seasonality also affects, and I think Kwame mentioned seasonality affects the urge to take loans, and some of you said it also. There are some times of the year when loans are not needed, but that has been defeated by some of the communities where even through thin and thick, people were still not taking loan even though the money was sitting there. But eventually, there are times of the year when people will need loans, there are some they will not need loans. So across board, seasonality plays a very important role in the access of credit. We have already mentioned that the safety of the box remains the most significant security threat to the group. We are already discussing ways to mitigate that, but in the meantime, that is something that needs to be taken seriously in any way forward. But it's also not just about us and Coconect and Boots and Nestlecocoaplan thinking that the money is not safe in homes. The people themselves must also acknowledge it and want to take the money out of the community, right? So that's also supposed to be part of the conversations going forward. I think there's been a certain urge for new groups to spring up. We have not facilitated that process smoothly yet. I think there's the interest, people want to join, we say there's no space. So going for a trial, what we need to do is to see how we can facilitate the mobilization of these groups so that new groups are formed within the community, so that we don't wait till after 1 year before those groups are formed. So having said that, I think that's probably the only thing I have to say now. So thank you very much.
In terms of risk, the security of the box. In fact, last 2 years, I think last year, we suffered it, where some of our district managers were moving volumes of money to their warehouses. They were attacked in some situations, some lost their life. This year too, we have suffered it. So please, if we want this program or this project to be sustainable, let us conclude the discussion on the risk or the safety of the box.
We've been discussing that, as he said, and we are thinking about ways to digitize the box so that, you know, most of these communities and most of the people use mobile money and other things. If the money gets to a level, there are programs now that create a digital wallet with the same key, but this one is in codes and all that. So it's also one of the options we are discussing with digital financial spaces to see the possibility of that. But then this one is like, unless you have all those who are having the key, unless they now who come to open the box, now those people have to enter pins.
So you still have the physical box.
You have the physical box, but the box is the books and things that are in, not the money. Or the group decides to that when it gets to this level, we move this in there. There are ways we are exploring to see how we could ensure security. And if there are other options and we see how we can make it more safer, we are happy to learn and see how we can make it better.
all the CFIA and safe, right? But I was very happy when you mentioned ownership. Say, in 24 model cool now, maybe who say, sir, Jumedia AD, a Suban Faswa, Ebama, and for that matter, and was it, I mean, somebody was talking about 25,000. Do you keep 25,000 in the community? And you see, what you're saying, once build the capacity of these ones. No matter as I say, Sikano, and you see, they see them in our community, and for that matter, you should go to bank. It is very important. Let's drive this home. Let's train them. Let's get them to understand. And this Nipa train a signature. Nipa trade there. So we are dancing for no so munim say Sikano or Kumasi and as Sikano or Bekwai bank be close proximity. I think say your rural banks are more credible, right? And so Nipa trade call rural bank. Na say Kojiska. Now we are say oh Nipa trade no confirm. And say apart from that also your bank statement. To show say Sikano da ho ampano. You can find a way to say, okay, monthly meetings via among printing bank statement. You say apa, sikare edaho. I think sometimes we take a crap for granted. Creating the unimshre, but woman or krata as a A4 page. That's a woman who say, okay, this is the balance. I that banker. And once we do that, they will understand. Remember, we shouldn't have to think this is very difficult to do with farmers. I think they will understand, and once we do that, they will appreciate it. But on a more serious note, let us get them to own this initiative, and once they own it, they will take responsibilities by themselves.
I think the ultimate aim of this program is to assist farmers on one way to the other. In some certain period of the season, it becomes so difficult accessing money to help themselves. So that is why this project has to come on board. So to assist the farmers is to they themselves to come together, contribute some money, and then loan to themselves. So in a situation whereby the money becomes so bulky to handle, for example, Koniya, I got to a time that almost every day they have to call me. 6,000 to 7,000. The one even handling it, there was some sort of fear. Yeah, there was some sort of fear because once it's even handling it to the meeting point, there's some form of what? Fear. So Patrick will testify to the fact that I will also call Patrick. Actually, this is the issue, so how do we handle it? So for us to debate on this, I think everybody is bringing out his own ideas. And the digital aspect of it, to me, I second, because almost every society has a mobile money agent there. So the materials can be in the box. After collecting it, then they send it to the mobile money agent, and then they deposit it into their account. So if somebody also needs a loan within that group, and then there's an agent in the community, they can easily go to that agent and then make a withdrawal, which can make the whole process that simple. Thank you.
And now, if you see for what me, I don't scram here, how need any how now. Say maybe we'll progress in a tia. In fact, skeletal aspect, my dream work is if I say be a chrome beer, be a chokrana, be a costras, and be a crooked to him. It means said, baby, as you know, said the church in one said, so be Bema, you're very way now, meaning is a me barber cool to say, me barber says can have vanish. Our brow wouldn't say them city. Intimidity said, a baby and I'm can I change this a beer with a group nini. Say, Mamma, chill much room, come first one bay, be a more, and near maybe a better, yen near what be a monka. It's neat and I say, and Tia Siena, and Nipane Tiasem. Can I call police station hold on and sorry, baby, music and sorry, them near ye be cracker, we won't think of other. Nina, Cassabia, young pen or some Cassia, MS can away and change. Intimidity said, more dream was a be a brave to be a mobile money in an Indian says a yini. Tian Tiasia on your said, Babia be a jolly bit of it very fear, a sale be Sophie. near the Umbetum, my so many years and was.
I was my so dear many of this car. The loan and woman money nada, the Ekada, the Adamam go from Buddha Meji. He now works more. To them work an home. And the war you come from where one day. A papa my day works no, what's in them? A good year, but baby, I don't know them, but it's a damn fool. Hey, damn it, now from what do you do there? Siganya Jia, the dead boy I always there. I made them ready and join me and you already so. But Messi be ever shop of Mukuma. The main Sika. And I imagine we say, I would have offended. We show my made it. We don't need to Ganga. Oh, the messenger say, Sigano, and yes, go to be shared them now from Fogo. And when your banks in the Gaza, say to Susan, let's say the boy always said, is going to go bank. Never be a pound for saying, yes, can be a farm way on there. When you bang in Gaza day, Sigana, they say one, once was here, human wire then when you're for so. Lindsay, say, yes, you could hear Papusia, what that bank we were then. Woman, you will be near the church and come grass and bear. Town, that's the about what is can I had a media, the memory of when you are bird. Miss Master of Grandma, when you my man.
Ini pa kasapa ko dimu ni e dimu no kra de ya ko no kra de betima ko ni ko bia e betima ma obi kra ko se box ko press papa we so rob diba pacha yentio pacha se rob diba papa yi ko ne ye ko attack so dia si o e so dia de ni sin dem e betima ko no pacha de tie ni the officer trying to say e bia wo ye o se e wo we ho e bia wo ne ho. But they are all mechanisms to make sure say the box is safe. But so anything we are, your dad will be now, your parents will are where you ask.
And never when you say yes, free, a few 6 months program. And now I have a year going, and then go free. Obaye, and then was young. Your best I share you, and then I bet me I can say, oh, me, your bar, April, move waiting for way. And then when I must have fluent to my name, maybe I'm to see. And the way forward, no. Now, when we say assemblies now, teach you, no. Some of you are on there back and far, you're my first free hand. And then the other day call on assemblies, no, I come wide. A Bekwai, and look at you, pa, every baby. Assemblies, we are now the other partners, no, Coconect, Woods, and Nestlecocoaplan will be become about the way forward. Near my Esnia, the Depo and also that we are kind of do food, now, technically, near my Esnia and the Depo and India.
One of my main reflections is on the direction of the discussion as the session went forward. And I think that was very much, the focus was very much on the security issue, which is interesting because of course we've been talking a lot about that, but it's never been, let's say, the main point of our discussions, right? So I think for me that was really an eye-opener, that it is really an issue that we need to pay attention to and that we can really move forward on with, like we said, trying to innovate with our systems and trying to learn a lot and then upskill. So I think that for me was a main takeaway. Another takeaway I think was the involvement in the discussions of the district assembly. I think that was very, very useful for me and very interesting to be able to share and to move forward together. And as a third last one, I really enjoyed the dashboards comments. So I'm sure I will look much more into those, but I think it's great to see the statistics to that level. So thank you so much for that.
Now that we have a new code, probably those of us who doesn't know us, I'm coming from Rainforest Alliance, or UTZ. People call it UTZ. In actual fact, it is called UT. I'm the country manager. And what we do is we promote sustainable agriculture. And talking about sustainable agriculture, we want to ensure that farmers manage themselves very well, becoming very professional in entrepreneurship. We also have a component of social issues, like talking about child labor. We have issues about environment that we want to ensure that these climate issues will be addressed, and we also have a component in there about good agricultural practices. How can farmers farm very well and then also improve on their lot? So within this space of this discussion, our interest is also should be able to learn about what you are doing here, so that we can also learn and see how we can inculcate it in our standard and see how we can also upskill. I can say that we work with more than 200, 300,000 farmers in Ghana. So we work with all the major license buying companies, with Nestle, like you have seen Fred and then Marilyn, and more traders as well. And we think that we will also learn from this and see how it can contribute to what we are also doing. So thank you very much. And maybe to add to that, I think nobody wants to talk about money with regards to talking to farmers. Every time you want them to, you say, okay, we are trading, we are building your capacity. But I think this is an aspect that we had to ensure that we will contribute and then support farmers. In addition to that, personally, getting money this time around is very, very difficult. I mean, even if you go to bank, it is not easy accessing funding. So if you can have this opportunity where people can bring money together to encourage saving culture, to ensure that there is this social capital that you mentioned, I think it is very laudable and we should promote it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so Leslie.
Yeah, so for us, for the Nestlecocoaplan, I think that we can only encourage you to keep up the good work, particularly the farmer groups and the communities where we are doing this intervention, because already the lessons learned, I mean the outcomes are there for us to see. This is what we call evidence-based reporting. We've all seen the video, we've seen some of the farmers giving testimonies of how it has helped them. So indeed, it's worth continuing and sustaining it. For me, when we talk about farmer empowerment, it's about giving the farmer the opportunity to make his own decisions and not someone deciding for the farmer what is good for him or her. And I believe strongly that this group formation, I mean through the VSLA GALS group program, is a platform where farmers indeed are empowered. Because I see decision making being taken by the group themselves. I also see use of the money being made by the group themselves. I see some level of transparency, truth, and credibility, or integrity in the system itself. And for me, it's worth recognizing, and I think it is also newsworthy. Going forward from here, this program is something I'm going to connect with our CCPA, that's our Corporate Communication and Public Affairs, to possibly do some special publication about the learning workshop, because I think it's worth disseminating to as well. So, big up or congratulations to the groups that have come this far. I'd also want to thank Coconect, in the person of Mayoline, because with Nestlecocoaplan, we are quite flexible with our suppliers to also come up with interventions or innovations that will strengthen our supply chain system. So in as much as we have integrated our flagship program within the Cocoaplan for like the CLMRS, what we call the Child Labor Monitoring Regulation Systems, we also look forward for our suppliers to be able to look at our key pillars and recommend what other interventions they can do to strengthen our supply chain system. So this indeed is a good innovation for the Nestlecocoaplan, and I think we would want to, on behalf of Nestlecocoaplan, we want to thank Coconect Mayoline for bringing up this innovation, and it's been implemented here. Our expectation is that it will move on from here to our other suppliers. Already we have started having discussions with other suppliers, and we hope that it will scale up from there. And also thank, of course, PDA. You guys have been the driving seat. You are well known for your typical community development programs, and I'm also happy that PDA is becoming more of a house name within Nestle, and that suggests that there is more for improvement or opportunities. Of course, with RA, they are critical partners to this program, because then they would also see how best to continue to provide that technical eye, if you like, as far as their overall objective is concerned. And we hope to see that in the event they are giving their recommendations or reporting, this intervention would also be well known and seen. I would also want to extend gratitude to the district assemblies or the community leadership for holding up the group or supporting the group. I say a very big thank you. Let us keep it up. And for me, next year by this time, we would want to hear most of the farmers telling the stories themselves, and it will be captured by other, media platforms. So when the name of Nestle is mentioned, not only will it be mentioned negatively per se, but then a journalist can go to a community and say, okay, well, I captured this story and I hear Nestle Coconect, PDA puts Rainforest Alliances behind it, and I think it adds up to all of us, our collective effort. Thank you, and I wish you all the best.
Most of the times at the end of the season, our marketing class will come and say, oh, we were pre-financing the farmers with respect to the purchases. That is why we've run shortages. But if this intervention is implemented in all the communities where we buy our cocoa, I don't think any LBC will get up the following day and say that, oh, this year I ran a loss of this quantum of money because of pre-financing. So from here, Maryland, you are not going to sleep. Whether you like it or not, the 90 districts that Coconect is operating, we must see this program replicated in all those communities to save Coconect from these pre-financing ideas. The assurance I want to give is that Coconect is ever ready to support this intervention. Thank you.
I think really we are done, and we cannot thank you enough for everything. In fact, your presence, your contributions, knowledge, but also resources, capital, everything. And I think we started this project very small, and it's very important to put this in perspective because Boots wasn't here at the time. We started very small with support from Coconect and Nestle. And then I think with the facilitation of Coconect, Maryland, Boots came on board to say, okay, we are interested in the project, but we want to support you to do a learning, to monitor and learn from the program, so that subsequently after the implementation, all stakeholders, like the district assemblies, the LBCs, everybody, would have some learning points for and to assess whether the program is worth scaling up in the first place, or whether it's worth replicating with other communities. And I think that singular support has been extremely useful. And so I think everyone, starting with Coconect that approached PTA, Nestle that has always provided moral support, but also technical support, Boots that provided resources for the longitudinal evaluation, which this project learning workshop is part of. And Coconect that also provides all the linkages to the cocoa farmers and everything. In fact, all of you have been amazing. And I think it will be worth clapping for them again. And as part of this learning agenda, and as part of thinking about sustainability and scalability, we thought it's very important, it has been part of the entire conception, to include the local assemblies. And so it wasn't really a mistake at all that we decided to reach out to the local assemblies where the VSLA groups have been formed. And we have taken the trouble to visit each one of them. Some of them have received us with open arms. And I think we need to acknowledge the choir for being extremely receptive. Of course, We had very limited time to do the engagement. Some of them, Asuka, I think, was happy to be part, but I just couldn't have time to engage properly. And I'm happy they brought representatives here. We can re-engage afterwards. Adansi South, I think we engaged somehow, but I think we have to, get back again to the drawing table. We are always happy to come to you when you call on us. I know we attempted reaching the other district. I always forget, is it the Amansia Central? I think for some reasons we've never really been able to sit down on the table to talk. We try to re-enter that district and see whether the assembly would also be interested in being part of this process. So altogether, I think and then the farmers who have traveled all the way. I know those others that started like 3, 4, 5 years ago are always happy to share their story, and that's amazing. When we came here about 2 months ago to meet the Bekwai District Assembly, we invited them here. They came with their own money. I think the social fund is really very big. We're able to fall on it all the time. We always invite you, bring more money. They came to share their stories. Today they are here. And PDA has not really engaged with them directly, but they are happy to share their stories and to let other people benefit from it. And I think we cannot thank you enough. Plus also our own VSLA GALS beneficiaries who are also very happy to come and share their stories, and so that we can all learn from it and expand the scope and the depth of the program. So altogether, kudos to everyone. Thank you all for coming, and I hope that we continue to engage and that the action plans we have all put forth will be worth looking at again in 3 or 4 months' time. So thank you. Let's clap for ourselves.